恋をくらえ呼び覚ませスパイダーまがまがしく好戦的に青の空へ巻いた調査嫉妬するほど優雅に怪しく厳しくない武器で原因不明の熱がある飛び立てる羽もないくせに器用なはずの手も足も服を着る恋のインフェクション咎められる秘密に目を閉ざす深淵で光が目を焼くほど脈打つ態度張り巡らした狂言で色かめくはないなって誘い込めと呼んでる君にそむびスパイダープレイ川の流れ右へのライン操られてるローン向こう岸に咲く花さえその手からこぼした強制きっとつかめない逆らえ抗え君しかない武器へ根拠もない向かうみたい美しいだけなら汚して土まみれ笑ってやれさあこっちの水は甘いぜ恋はつらる空へと怖くする牙むいて心の奥確かに輝く太陽価値観の壁越えてさ向こうでは思い通りさ運命の糸手繰り寄せ君に染まれスパイダープレイ深淵で光が目を焼くほど脈打つ態度張り巡らした狂言で色かめくはないなって誘い込めと呼んでる君にそむびスパイダープレイ
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of, what the fuck is the name of this show again? The doesn't show up on enough, doesn't show up enough, doesn't get streamed enough show. I don't know, 3 hours left? It doesn't matter. I'll restart the timer on it. I'll get to it eventually. So, hi everybody. It's been a while. Apologies for the kind of just lack of stuff going on. It's been a little tough to be able to do streams, unfortunately, which is sad because I really do enjoy doing this. But, you know, I'm kind of floundering with what exactly to say right now. I was originally intending on doing this stream last week, but some, you know, unfortunate events happened, and I was unable to stream last weekend. No, I'm not dead, I think. But anyway, so today we're going to be doing, and another reason before I go into talk about what we're doing today is I had worked really hard on some stuff, like for the stream. Like I had worked fairly hard to get something to work, and I just didn't have the chance to use it that day, which made me really sad. So we're gonna see some of that today. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing the job quest line for the White Mage job, which we have already unlocked, and the Dragoon job, which we have yet to unlock. We're going to be starting with White Mage because, A, White Mage is not level 50 yet, which means once we do the level 45 quest, we will need to do a couple of dungeons in order to get ourselves up to level 50, and then we can finish it off, unfortunately. But then we will, of course, have Dragoon is already leveled to 50. We'll just need to unlock it and do stuff there. So we'll see how long that lasts for. No guests with me today, just once again because it's been so hectic. I haven't really had the chance to reach out to people and see if anybody is interested. And also, we're kind of entering a point in the streams where there's not going to be a whole lot of stuff happening, especially just because we're going to have to do some leveling. So, you know. But without further ado, let's show off the first change that I've made. And here's a little peek behind the curtains, folks. Previously, when I've streamed, I have had all of the games on just one, like, scene. I've just had, like, a starting scene, a scene where I have all the video games, and an ending scene. Now I've actually divided pretty much everything that I do into game-based scenes, essentially. And because of that, I also now have a transition. So let's press that button. I don't know how well that worked, necessarily. But, didn't really seem like it played super well, but here, let's see if I can make it happen again. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. So now that's going to happen every single time I press a button to move to a different scene. But yeah, that's what I worked on. I wanted to try and get one different one for every single time and try and make some variations, but I don't really know how to do that, so in the meantime, I heard those funky robots were in disguise. Oh, you know it. Anyway, let's talk to Ryo Senna here and talk about how only you can prevent forest ire. Ryo Senna would teach you to commune with the elementals. Okay, yeah, you do that, Emily. Ah, Ruja, looking ever more the White Mage, I see, and yet I fear you are as ready to perform the quieting as a chocobo chick is to carry a wood whaler clad in full plate. But take heart, for we all must begin somewhere. Today I would teach you the art of communing with the elementals. This is, by any measure, the very foundation of our art, the means by which we preserve harmony between the forest and our people. Not far from Sorrel Haven you shall find a tree, a mere sapling in the shadow of the guardian tree, but one that has likewise been consumed by anger and fear. I would ask you to placate this tree. The process is quite simple. Stand before the tree and raise your hands. Commune with the elementals that reside within, and attune yourself to them until your feelings are in absolute harmony. Be forewarned, however, an angry elemental can be as stubborn as my dear brother. Do not be surprised if you find your honest plea rebuffed, and foul creatures sent to drive you from the forest. No matter what happens, you must remain calm. Dispatch the creatures, settle your heart, and speak to the tree once more. If your heart is true, your voice will reach the elementals ere long. Remember this, Ruja, under no circumstances must you allow your anger and fear to overcome you. As practitioners of white magic, the magic of succor and solace, such emotions are anathema to our very existence. Anathema is a fun word. Let's see. Oh, here's also some additional dialogue that we didn't get before, because we've cleared Amdapor Keep. Ever does it hearten me to see your face, Ruja. What brings you to the Twelveswood today? Considering the Amdapori horrors that were but recently in our midst, I would say that we fare rather well. The forest once again knows serenity, and we have you to thank for this, Ruja. Brother Isumiyan continues his research of the ruins and the scars of the War of the Magi. We must not shrink from the horrors of history, lest we be doomed to repeat them. That's the same. That's the same. Okay. Let's go talk to the tree. And also, other great news, by the way. Magic of Succor, she says, but that's a scholar skill, not White Mage. Very true. Very astute. I can't believe she lied to us like that. Oh well. Anyway, how have you folks been? It's been a while since we've last spoken, so hopefully you're all doing good. Not a whole lot for me to really talk about in my life, all things considered. I've just been working. I went to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament for the first time in a while. Well, hey! Thanks, Tom! Good to see that those alerts work. I still don't have a good gift sub animation yet. I'm pretty happy with what I've done for normal subs, but gift subs, yeah, I don't know how to do that one yet. I haven't thought of any good ones yet. Just kind of in the middle? Yeah, I get that. Training up the units that you've been benched for ages. What archetype did I use? I used Super Quants. And I am happy to say that that shockingly, I actually won a couple of matches. One of which I won specifically because... Another one. Okay, geez, thank you. Tom, again, thank you for all of these gifts. It's very nice of you. Yes, thank you, Australian person. I'm shocked that I actually managed to win as many games as I did. If you're not aware, the Super Quantum archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it's Power Rangers, essentially, and it's focused around summoning this big guy called Super Quantum Mech King Great Magnus, which is a mouthful, but it's a big Megazord. And the way that he works is the more like materials that so if you don't know about XIV summoning in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's you stack monsters with the same level on top of each other, and then you take those materials, you take those monsters stacked under them off to activate their effects. So Great Magnus has effects based on how many materials he has with different names. The ones that are, and if he has 2 or more, then he can detach a material to make a card on the field go back into the deck. If he has 4 or more, he is unaffected by all cards other than Super Quantum cards. So he can't be affected by anything. Super Quant. And if he has 6 materials, then my opponent cannot add cards from their deck to their hand by card effects. And that effect is kind of the one that, like, you want. That's the one you're working towards. And if you can manage to make Magnus turn 1, there are not a lot of decks that can do stuff about it, as I've found out. I did lose pretty decisively to one of the better decks in the format, and I did also lose to my friend Hunter. But the couple of times that I did manage to make Magnus, it was just like my opponent just kind of looked at their hand and they were like, "Yep, that's it. I'm gonna pat. I'm just gonna scoop. Let's go next game." So, I mean, that felt pretty good, and I had a great time. I'm very happy with how I did there. Anyway, a short while ago I sensed a great anger abate. The forest is quieter, more welcoming now. It would seem you have passed your first test, Ruja. The trees are the elementals are the trees. The lush verdure of the wood is inseparable from the spirits that dwell within it. But you do not need to hear this from me. Doubtless you felt it for yourself when you healed that tree. Above all else, the elementals prize harmony. When they sense a threat to harmony, they summon forth all the powers at their disposal to expulse it. Thank you again, Tom. Please enjoy your 2 funny emotes, Sylvie. They summon forth all their powers at their disposal to expulse it. For so long we have lived in peace with the elementals, why now do they turn against us? I can offer no answers, only theories. But one thing is certain, we must quell the Great One's fury, and do it soon, lest Gridania bear the full brunt of the forest's wrath. Oh, actually, no, that's right, I have 3 emotes now. To soothe the forest wounds and restore harmony, that is our duty as mages of the White, and it is a responsibility that transcends race or nation. I sensed your success in soothing the ailing tree, and am more than certain of this than ever. Sadly, many cannot see past established practice and tradition, my dear brother among them. One would hope for a bit more open-mindedness given his youth, but alas, his pride as a Padgel will not permit it. For my part, I am not entirely unsympathetic to his concerns, and yet the task before us is too great. We must bring him around to see reason, but how? Forgive me, Ruja, I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. Worry not, I will find a way to deal with Arun. And now we've got the second most important White Mage ability, Regen. I did it. Look at my egg. My egg gives me the power of Regen. Anyway. Oh, brother, where art thou? Ryo Senna would ask a favor of you. Ruja, I owe you an apology. When last we spoke, I promised that I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you, but I fear he intently refuses to heed my words. Why, the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarce believe we are kin. So intent is he to prove that you are unneeded, that he dashed out into the forest all alone, boasting that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his powers. There is part of me that would like nothing more than to see that foolish boy learn his lesson, and yet, as his sister, I fear for him. Would you go look after him, Ruja? Seetsier or no, he is in many ways still a child, and the forest grows ever more unsafe these days. I thought to go myself, but if you were to save my brother from his own recklessness, perhaps he might finally see how, I don't know how to say that word. Fatuous he has been. I don't know. Fuck you. When I spoke, he announced his intentions to begin his efforts in the Bramble Patch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now please go in haste before some ill fate befalls him. It's still the same. Let's go. I'm glad everybody likes Buh. I'll admit that I am not, Ryo is 21, Arun is 18. Classic sibling behavior. One of them is 3 years older than the other one, and whenever the other one, like the younger one does something reckless, the older one is like, the folly of youth, as if they're not, like the same age, basically. Now I can't remember what I was talking about. You've distracted me, Otaku. Oh yeah, Buh. I admit I'm not super flush with ideas for emotes. So it takes me... I have a couple of ideas for emotes, but I need to actually, like, commission people to get them. Sounds like when I caught my sister burning weeds. Did you go up to her and say, "Is that a weed?" And then did she say that she was calling the police and then dialed 911 on her microwave? Do teens today get that joke? Anyway. Hey dude, how you doing? If it isn't my sister's favorite adventurer, come to show me up, have you? Well, you can march right back and tell sister that I'm doing just fine. I am only... resting. Even if I were hurt and unable to placate this tree, what could a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it? That's the same line as before. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Not smoking weed, burning random dead weeds with a lighter. And that sounds like smoking weeds to me. Maybe not like the drug weed, but it's weeds, and there's probably smoke that come out of the weeds when she lights them on fire, right? So I would expect that it's kind of, right? Die. I can see his eyes, what the fuck? Beginner's luck. If you think healing a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are a worthy inheritor of the teachings of Master Atoa. Welcome back, Emily. Arun, you yourself do not believe those words. Sister, what are you doing here? Seeing to my pig-headed brother's safety, what do you think I'm doing? For better or worse, it would appear you suffer only from bruises to your leg and your pride. Arun, for all your obstinacy, I know that deep down you are no fool. No, you are wise beyond your years. You realize as well as I that the dire fate that will befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The adventure is not Pad-Jolly, this is true, but what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer, you know this. I do, sister. Damn, that was easy. Only took, like, 3 quests. Hey, maybe should we, like, heal him? Because we can do that, right? Like, so he doesn't have to limp away? We can just heal him, right? Oh, my dear Arun, what are sisters for, if not to forgive their little brother's fits of folly? Now, Ruja, I believe the most important task of all still awaits us. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. He reminds me of a character from a show about characters named after undergarments. Yeah, man, I love Captain Underpants. Easily one of my favorite pieces of media of all time. Did anybody else ever read Captain Underpants? You guys remember what your stupid funny name was from the book about Professor Poopy Pants? I think I only remember what my last name used to be. Oh, look at Nico. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand. He's uncultured. Hang on, I'll have to see if I can find the... Oh, fuck. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Oh, more? Come on! Enough! Anyway. Magic Treehouse was the shit. True! I can't hate on Magic Treehouse. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's right. I remember now. My name was Cheeseball Monkey Chunks. That was my new name under Professor Poopy Pants's totalitarian regime. So please refer to me as Cheeseball from now on. Anyway, Ruja, thank you. Well, actually, let's figure out what Ruja's new name is. Hold on. Okay. Yep. This is very important. Her name is Loopy Livertush. That's her name. Change name to Loopy Livertush. Anyway, Loopy, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time before Aaron came around to reason, and yet his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is as good a day as any for the telling. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago in the 5th astral era. It was the time of endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce and warmth scarcer. It's not Ruja time, it's Loopy Livertush time. That's her new name. The histories hold many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the winter thawed, and magic was no longer essential for survival. But once awakened to its conveniences, there was no returning to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilizations flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt, and nations warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power to rain destruction upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of sorcery the world has ever seen. Flunky Banana Lips is mine. That's a good one. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destructive power in check. That is white magic, our magic. Does this surprise you? Just as there can be no dawn without the night, the white and the black are but two sides of the same coin. War raged on, and magic was used and abused with little concern for the consequences. And consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of ether, threatening to bring blight to the land. The magic of healing? It made little difference. If used with no concern for the ether, our magic could prove as ruinous to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. And so it was that practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception. The Padgel. Our kind were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while ensuring that this great power would never again be misused. Though he is still young, Arun feels this profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us, thus his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. With the 3 of us united in place and purpose, and your skills ever growing, the day that we may perform the quieting draws near. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet entirely been consumed by fury, but our time remains short. To commune with the Great One, restore the Twelveswood to its state of harmony, we must truly be one of heart, one of mind. Yes, thank you for linking the name change-o-matic in chat. Very important. It is to this end that Atoakant has guided you to us. Further your mastery of our art, Ruja, and let us mend the wounds of the wood together. And now I got Cure 3. Unfortunately, because I don't play White Mage in, like, high-end content, I'm never going to use this skill. Yours would be Crusty Waffle Brains. I like it. General chat of the Realm Rereaders Discord. Which you're in, right, guys? You're all in it, right, guys? If you're not, exclamation point Discord in the chat. You know how it is. Booger waffle chunks. Ooh, that's a good one. You're not in that? Damn, sounds like you better hit exclamation point Discord. Following in his footsteps, Raya Osena would send you on a pilgrimage. Your command of white magic has advanced considerably, Ruja. Yes, the time draws near. Let us begin our preparations for the quieting. At its roots, the ritual is no different from the acts of pacifying that you have already performed. The difference lies only in the difficulty of the effort. The Great One possesses a power unfathomably more immense than the elementals you have communed with thus far. Power so immense that a mage might easily be overwhelmed by the sheer force of its will. To prevent such a catastrophic fate, our tradition decrees that a special garb must be donned before performing the ritual. I have prepared for you these pieces, but I fear they will not avail you in their current state. So it is that I would send you on a journey. I trust you know the story of Atoakant. Rare among the Pagil, he left the forest behind to travel the realm, healing the land and its people. As tribute to his wanderlust after he passed, his ashes were divided among several urns, which were in turn carried to the far reaches of the realm. And there it was, in the distant lands that the great mage so loved that his ashes were buried, and monuments erected in his honor. You are to go on a pilgrimage to these sites and receive the blessings of your forebearer. Only then will the garb I've gifted to you be imbued with his divine power. Falafel liver pants. Nice. Buttercup gizzard hiney. I agree. That one's probably the most collection of words that any of them have been so far. I gotta say. Anyway. And there it was, in the distant lands, blah, 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 blah. You are to go on a pilgrimage to these sites and receive the blessings of your forebear. Only then will the garb I've gifted to you be imbued with his divine powers. Mind you, you will find that these places are not as welcoming as they might have been in Master Atoa's time. The first site is on the shores of western Lenosha, in a place now feared as the Serpent's Tongue, home to a band of vile pirates. The next is to be found in Mordona, in that overgrown labyrinth of roots and vines so affectionately known as the Tangle. I do hope that Master Atoa's ashes have survived those most oppressive environs. Flunky Barf Sniffer. That's a good one. The third site I would have you visit is perhaps the most treacherous location of the lot. Raubon's Push in northern Thanalan, a stone's throw from an Imperial stronghold. I urge you to exercise extreme caution. Cool. Let's start with Raubon's Push. Because we're fairly close to... Actually, you know what? Better idea. Check this shit out. We're going to go to the Serpent's Tongue. Let's go to... wait, not... Why the fuck would I go to Swiftport? Let's go to Aleport, stupid. Duh. What other company action do you want? Heat of Battle, probably, please. Because we're going to have to do some leveling. Fluffy Rhino Sniffer. Damn, we got some good ones in here. For those joining us late, we're using the Professor Poopy Pants name change o-matic to get new names. Mine, of course, is Cheeseball Monkey Chunks. Ruja's is Loopy Livertush. It's all very scientific, you understand. Oh yeah, I totally forgot this was a thing. Can we walk on this? Wow, we can. How do you guys get onto this ship, by the way? Seems a little difficult. Is there a way to get onto the ship from over? That's... Yeah, this ship cannot come out of here, by the way. This thing is stuck in here. There's no way. That shit would break off immediately if they tried sailing this ship out. Maybe it's meant to stay there. I don't know. Who cares? Okay, now we're going to hope that nothing aggroes to us. You see it's low tide right now. Ah, of course. Slash Prey. Epitaph to Philosophy. By the way, do we have... Oh, we do! New White Mage's gloves. New handwear for a White Mage. Or handwear for a new White Mage? New legwear for a White Mage, or legwear for a new White Mage. New footwear for a White Mage, or footwear for a new White Mage. Unclear. Anyway, here I go. Prey! Into the rock I go. Incredible. Ah! I have Healer's Govs. Now we will go to the Cerulean Processing Plant. Little known fact about Vieira, in order to digest some of the plants that they eat, they have to swallow rocks to help with the digestive process. It's in the lore, trust me. Epitaph to Fluidity. Remember Fluid Aura? What a great ability that was. Exactly like herbivorous dinosaurs, that's correct. Vieira, I know it's kind of weird to think about. Oh god, that's... fuck. I'm not wearing any pants, don't worry about it. Vieira are actually lizards. Little known fact. 4 animals had stomach acid. Acid? What's an acid? I don't know. But yeah, it's true. Vieira are actually more closely related to dinosaurs than Aura are. Even though there are actually still dinosaurs in this world. Don't worry about it, though. Alright. Those aren't dinosaurs, they're dragons. Whatever. Epitaph to Discovery. Into the rock we go. My garb is now blessed by the, yeah. Okay, back to Camp Tranquil. Also, while we head back to Camp Tranquil, the War of the Magi that has been mentioned a couple of times, as well as what Raya O talked about there. The 3 main nations that kind of participated in that were Amdapor, which we have delved into, Mahak, which we have not seen too much of, and we probably won't for a little bit yet, and Nim, which is the place where the scholars came from. So the 3 main kind of players in that were Amdapor, who focused on white magic, Mahak, which focused on black magic and void magic, and Nim, which focused on the kind of scholarly magics that were used there, which is interesting that scholar magic isn't really considered white magic, but like it kind of does the same thing, but it's never really given like a term, you know? I'm not even really sure what you would call it, because it's not green magic, right? Green magic is a different thing in Final Fantasy, but regardless. Hello, I got the stuff. Your safe return heartens me, Ruja, although I am not really sure why you're not wearing pants anymore. I can feel a newfound power emanating from the garb I gave you. I trust that this stage of your pilgrimage was a success. Now that you have traveled the realm and seen the land as Master Aetoa did... Oh, really? He traveled the land and he saw a giant fucking Imperial castrum? I don't believe you. Blah 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 blah. I will share with you the rest of his tale. The histories claim that Aetoa disappeared into the mountains of Ogomoro, the kobold motherland. This is not untrue, but there is more to the story. When the Great Mage did not return from his journey, one of his most devoted students went in search of him. As the legends have it, the young mage single-handedly fought off a veritable legion of kobolds while scouring the mountain for any sign of his master. Sadly, it was as all had feared. Though the young mage eventually found his master, the great Aetoa lived no more. As if the death of the man were not enough, Thyrus, Aetoa's great staff, a mighty relic passed down by his ancestors, was lost to the shadows. Undeterred, the young mage fought off the kobold hordes to carry his master's remains back to the surface. A ceremony was held to honor Master Eitoa's life and deeds, and urns housing his ashes were carried off to the far-reaching frontiers of which he was so fond of in his living years. All the urns, that is, except for one. Yes, though the precise location is known only to a few, Master Eitoa also rests close to home. Here in the Twelveswood, not far from Proud Creek, you will find yet another monument to the Great Mage. Take with you this habit, and pay your respects as before. If you keep pure intentions in your heart and in your mind, the healer's robe shall be your reward. Also, let's have a chat with her real quick. How fare you of late? Okay, that's that. What is white magic? A curious question from one who was born witness to the tragedy of Amdapor with her own eyes. What is white magic indeed? Very well, I shall give you my answer, that you might judge for yourself how it compares to your own. The art now known as white magic dates back to the 5th Astral Era. It was then that a brilliant young sorceress, for the first time in history, succeeded in channeling not merely her own life energy, but the ether that inhabits the very land itself. Her magic was that of destruction, black magic. The people of Amdapor felt this power was too great to be allowed to go unchecked, and so it was that white magic, the magic of healing and solace, was born. It's interesting that she does not name the person who gave, black magic its existence, but we'll learn about her later, perhaps. So it was that the forces of magic were brought into equilibrium and civilization flourished. But in this era of peace and prosperity would prove short-lived. War broke out, and the realm was thrown into chaos. The War of the Magi. To rain death and destruction on their foes, mages summoned forth greater and greater powers. The war raged on until the aether dried, and the land could bear the burden no longer. So did the hubris of Magi bring forth the 6th Umbral Era, and with it a mighty flood that swept away entire civilizations, leaving naught but ruin and suffering in its wake. The survivors, what few there were, banded together. Vowing never again to repeat their mistake, white and black magic were declared forbidden arts, never to be practiced again. The elementals of the forest, knowing that men could not be trusted to keep such vows, took action as well. The Twelveswood grew, swallowing the ruins of Amdapor, and the power of white magic was sealed away deep in the forest, far away from the reach of mortals. Ages passed, until 5 centuries ago the elementals at long last welcomed the people back into the forest. So the nation of Gridania was founded, and my people, the Pagel, came into being to serve as mediators between elementals and those who would reside in their forest home. It is from the elementals itself that we inherited white magic. Hang on, just changing something really quick here. Okay, there we go. Ken says, Scholar spells are related to green magic, at least in the original way Scholar worked, where it was primarily based on supporting effects like buffs and debuffs. There's still some of the theming there, at least. Okay, that does make sense. That was kind of the closest, like, similarity, or the closest thing that I could draw to what Scholars did. And indeed, in the way that they talk about Scholars in the Scholar questline, they say that it's really focused on enhancing your allies and doing lots of tactical stuff with it, which isn't the most represented in the way that it plays, unfortunately. I would say that's probably one of the bigger downfalls of a game like 14, is, like, no matter how you describe, like, how their magic works, functionally, all the classes kind of have to do more or less the same thing. Otherwise, you get too much, like, too big gaps between how effective each class is in situations, and then certain classes just become, like, well, then you get a meta where, like, this is the best and there's nothing else you can play. And to be fair, there are times like that in this game regardless of that happening, but if everything was less homogenous, then it would happen more often, probably. It's why things like piercing resistance down got removed. Yeah. Kent, as you as somebody who is currently playing through Persona 3, know there are 3 types of physical attacks in Persona 3. There's piercing, there's pierce, slash, and bash. which is all honestly needlessly complicated. The way that it is in most other SMT games, where it's just like physical and then gun, feels much better. Because unless your game is literally just like literally just Dungeons and Dragons, then, you know, what's the point? Actually, hang on. Excuse me, Mr. Dullahan. I need to read this. New White Mage's robes. A new habit for a White Mage, or a new habit for a new White Mage. You get the idea. Anyway, we are going to have to kill this guy, because he has no head. They had Stab / Bash and White Knight Chronicles as well. Is that also an SMT game? You have no head, I have no pants, but I'm the one coming out of this on top. No head? Exactly. Saga games kind of infamously have a fourth physical damage type, Maul, which is a property you see on things like serrated weapons or anything that just rips apart. The grave has been defiled, and its contents appear to have been stolen. Power of Ato Camp has been lost here. Return to Camp Tranquil and seek counsel from Ryosena, Epitaph to Infancy. Dullahans are also Celtic in origin. It sounds like a Dullahan. Dullahan sounds like a Gaelic word, so I would not surprise me. Love those wacky cults. I meant Celts. That's what I meant to say. Excuse me. Eating chips. I'm telling the press. What are you going to tell them? The urn holding Master Ato's ashes was stolen. This cannot be. Yup. Grave robbery is a damnable crime enough crime in and itself, but what manner of scoundrel would dare defile the resting place of a Pagil? Rest assured that I will investigate this heinous crime immediately. In the meantime, your pilgrimage demands you travel to one last destination. That I love those cults? I do play Cult of the Lamaloth. No, I'm not an MLM. I'm straight. We've been over this. Rest assured that I will investigate, yada yada. The final leg of this journey will have you take you to the very place that Master Ato Kant drew his last breath. O Gomero, the homeland of the kobolds in outer Lenosha. It is there, in plain sight of the kobold dig, that the student of whom I spoke did erect a monument to his fallen master. Cool. I love having to do this to teleport to random different places over and over again. I love you, ARR quests. Epitaph to Expiry. And new White Mage's Circlet. New headgear for a White Mage, or headgear for a new one. At least you can fly and have TP buff on. It's true! The gravestone is inscribed with an epitaph paying his tribute to the life and deeds of the great White Mage, Ato Camp. Eat rock. Crunch, crunch. New hat! I will be glamming over it immediately. Because I want to put my pants back on, among other things. Alright. Let me also... Okay, hang on, first of all. Okay, let's see here. Where is it? Nope, there it is. Do that. There. Just make sure that's good. I'm back! Welcome back, Loopy. The journey was not an easy one, I trust, and yet I knew that Master Atoa would guide you safely back to me. In your travels, you have received the blessings of our great ancestor, and yet this was not the sole reason I sent you on this pilgrimage. Perhaps you sensed something of my intentions during your trip. Yes, Loopy, as she who would inherit Master Atoa's legacy, I wanted you to truly walk in his footsteps. To see the realm in both its beauty and its suffering with your own eyes, as the Great Mage did so long ago. And yet it is strange, no? A pirate's lair, a rampant jungle, mountains of fire, of all the hostile environs to which you journeyed, the single grave despoiled was that which rests right here in our forest home. I suspect this was the handiwork of no witless grave robber, but rather someone who knew all too well the value of that which was buried within. We must uncover the truth behind this crime and return Master Atoa's ashes to their rightful resting place, and quickly. You are with me, yes? Yeah. We still have to unlock another spell, after all. Yearn for the urn. Ryo-senna would have you recover the stolen ashes of Atoa Kant. Grave robbery is a loathsome enough crime in its own right, but to defile the final resting place of a Pagel, such an act could only be performed by the lowliest of bandit scum. Though I would like to think that the elementals have already delivered due justice to the villain, we must take no chances in allowing an escape. Whilst you were away, I put my best Moogle on the hunt, searching for any sign of the culprit or the stolen remains. I dare say he should have a clue or two for us by now. At least he'd better, if he values that little ball on his head. Suffice it to say, though many Forestborn think of the Moogles as blessed, my own personal experience has found them to be more touched than anything else. Yeah, these guys are kinda... Oh, mistress, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. It's most unbecoming of a seed-seer, Kupo. But fine, don't listen to me. Why, I told her just the other day this is why she remains, shall we say, unspoken for. She might not react to that phrasing at present, but her ire was indeed fierce, Kupo. Of course, you have not come to discuss my mistress's temper, but the grave robbery, a most unfortunate act of villainy, I dare, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did, Kupo. I am pleased to say, and you will be pleased to hear, that the Kupo did not escape Moogle eyes, culprit. Well, my eyes. He did escape. My associate, Puknopoki, however, claims to have seen a band of ruffians skulking off in the direction of Red Belly Hive, with various and sundry stolen goods in tow. Among them, a rather conspicuously elaborate urn, Kupo. I do not know what the Red Bellies are up to, but I can surely sense... but surely it can be nothing good. Please, Rusha, go quickly. If the urn is lost, I fear Ryo-o's ire will be the least of my worries, Kupo. Yep. Ah! Bird! Anyway. It is fucking rude. However, it does bring up the lore fact that Otaku brought up a while ago about Ryo-senna, is that she is worried she's not going to find a husband, which is such a fucking Japanese trait to give a character. Like, we can't think of anything to give to this character. Let's just make her worried that she's not going to find a husband as she gets older. It's like, okay, sure. Those thieving crooks, those crooked thieves, defiling the resting place of a Pagel, why, no amount of thrashings, lashings, or bashings will suffice. Kupopo? Why, if it isn't the lovely White Mage Koopa spoke of, and not a moment too soon. Why, I was just about to swoop in and give them their comeuppance myself. Now that you're here, however, I believe I'll just sit back and enjoy the show, Kupo. Those vile red bellies tossed the urn onto some ramshackle wagon, a most ignoble fate for a Pajali legend, I do declare, and carried it northwise towards their hive. You will retrieve it safe and sound, won't you, Kupo? Japanese trope in a Japanese game? What? I know, but it's still bad. Okay, that's the same line. Here I go. Overloaded Wayne. Oh, hey guys. Can you guys, like, fuck off? It's because the whole Pagel thing fucks with people's aging? Yeah, but if she's, like, immortally, like, if she looks young forever, I don't feel like that would make it harder in the Japanese sensibility to get a husband. You may not have any say over it, Tom, but I'm gonna go to Japan and kill everybody myself. You're not doing too good there. You're losing to a healer. That's pretty pathetic. Let's see, what do we got in here? Got it! Atoakant's ashes, the final remains of the wandering Pagil, Atoakant. Hold on, actually. I want to see something. Nope, he's gone. Okay. I just wanted to see if he was still in there. They make a lot of questionable story choices at times in this game. Yeah. I think that's also kind of the problem with having a game written by multiple people, like that cycle through, is you get some inconsistencies, but, you know, still good at the end of the day. Thank you, Loopy. The remains of our exalted forebear hauled away by brigands like a sack of loot. Is this what our land has come to? There can be no doubt. It is the Great One's fury that brings such chaos to the Twelveswood. The situation is grave indeed. I shall have our wood whalers deal with the red bellies. We have more important matters before us. And yet, I fear we have hit another snag. Though the urn has been safely recovered, the harsh treatment it suffered at the hands of the bandits has taken its toll. Uprooted from its proper resting place, the power of Atoakant housed within has grown dim. I shall return the urn to its rightful home. Perhaps over time it will return to its former state. And yet I fear time is a luxury we do not have. We must explore other means to enchant the ritual garb. I will consult with my brother to see what knowledge he might have to offer. In the meantime, I would ask that you master your newfound skills as best you can. There is no telling when the Great One's fury might grow too strong to contain. We must ever be prepared. And now we have Holy. We can do this shit. Spin! Wahoo! Okay. Hey everybody, it's time for leveling. Anybody want to join me for fucking leveling? I'm swinging a bell in midair. Here I go. Leveling. Who wants to leveling? Alright, cool. Hang on a sec, let me, So, we're in a party with, let's see. Hang on, I almost got it. With, Krusty Gerbil Shorts. And anybody else want to join? Krusty Gerbil Shorts, Loopy Livertush, and let's see. Oh, hi. We've got. Hang on, I'm putting it through the thing. Hang on. Snotty Banana Biscuits and hang on, if joining, that would be Zippy Banana Chunks. That's our party. Alright, who's tanking? Who's tanking? Who's doing it? Somebody's got a tank. Who's it gonna be? Okay. Oh boy, I'm party leader. Here we go. Activate leveling roulette, because I haven't done it yet today. And then we're gonna spam good old-fashioned Aurum fucking Veil. Hope everybody's excited. Oh, it's Of course, we got a fucking trial! Hate this game. Oh, how are you enjoying that podcast then, Ngara? I'm okay, buddy. That's true, we could have left, but whatever. I'm glad people are enjoying that podcast. I also still need to listen to it myself. I've been put into a situation where, like, I have the ability to listen to podcasts on a much more, like, consistent basis. So I'll have to see if I can. Have to see if I can find it. Uh-oh, Scoosh is getting put in jail. Okay. Boy, hang on, I should drink some water. There I go. Also, Emily, I believe you're going to be appearing on another episode of that podcast coming up soon, right? When's that happening again? Cool. 48 at the very least. That's something. See, recording in 2 weeks, go up Tuesday after that, so 3 weeks from Tuesday, basically? Oh, hang on, we have to look away from bees, they're getting change. Say in chat whenever you're ready to go, because then we're going to start queuing into Aurum Vale. Jay is also fundraising for their top surgery, by the way. Oh, cool. That's good. Hopefully that can get. Okay, we're ready to go. Cool. I'm gonna press the button. Here I go. Top on or top off? I don't know. Pick one. Top off? Ah, they're getting something off their chest then. Right? Is that... I assume. Is that the... I think that's the joke I was supposed to make there, right? Welcome to White Mage gameplay. Pressing Holy, the video game, the movie, the experience. Remember, by the way, Bees, if you want to make this even easier, you can always get into the boss room and just go around the corner to break line of sight. This would probably be easier if we were all in call, but don't worry about it. I gotcha, I gotcha. I think, right? Surely. I'll be okay. Everything will be fine. I'm just gonna keep mashing cure. Okay, whew, we're good. Okay. Skip bop skiboodle, they'll have no more booble. Pretty good, I like it. Yeah, sure, we can VC, why not? We'll get into Light Party 1. If you're in the party, please hop in. Hi, Nico. 1 second, actually. I need to press a button. See if it worked. Okay, now you guys can talk. Cool. Another one of the things that I did is I made a button, or I made several buttons that automatically turn on and off, like, audio things. I'm very happy with how I've made everything. Anyway, Locksmith!
Let's go!
Yeah!
I'm eating the
Adventure!
sandwich.
Asshole!
Why is he called the Locksmith? I think it's just because... I don't know, he's got long arms, like lockpicks. And he's like a doorman. He doesn't let people in. I don't know. There should be a triple triad card for this guy. Just so we can know why he's called that. Pog, I got a free cure proc.
Woo!
Remember to eat it too, kids. Fucking... hate you, thing. Nico, why aren't you eating?
So I'm stubborn.
Okay.
Didn't your parents ever teach you to eat your fruits and veggies?
Yes. That's it. That's the fun.
Cool.
Okay. Woo!
Let's go, level up already.
Bye.
Scoosh, why did you equal sign?
Because that's my mute key.
How did a pick?
Are you getting a call right now?
I accidentally typed it in chat.
Did I just hear someone's phone?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But who was phone?
Not me.
I
Who
confess
knew
it's
phone
me.
did? Who's this?
My house phone. I'm in the room with that answering machine goes off for my house phone directly. It's
Just be careful not to dox yourself, man.
What do you mean? Stream title didn't change. Stream title's totally normal.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yep.
Also, like, if I dox myself to like literally everyone in
I mean,
chat,
you guys have already
also,
all
like,
doxed
you
yourselves
guys-
already
I
by
would
saying your new Professor Poopy Pants names. So, like, everybody knows you're...
I didn't.
True.
I'm safe.
Well, I know,
Just
I can...
making sure.
I mean, these, I can just do it
Everyone
for
here has
you
this
if you
minion,
want.
right?
Oh my god. Oh my
I don't
god!
want-
Yep, it's R and Vale. Bring him onto the Doton.
Yeah. Yeah.
I play ninja. I know the pain.
I didn't see it.
What do you mean you? Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Because I was already going to the Bane Mite because it was standing there still.
I can do this. I can do this. I think.
You're fine.
I hate healing so much.
Okay. Okay, buddy.
Now you may ask,
Remember,
if you hate healing, Cheeseball, if you hate healing so much, why did you make this character's, like, main class a healer for this playthrough? Shut up, is my answer.
For the express purpose of figuring out how to do it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, that's the express reason why I leveled all the way to the entirety of Shadowbringers from the beginning of ARR as a gladiator to paladin on Kiri.
Can
And here
just
I
say-
am, barely remembering what the abilities
I'm gonna get
are.
hit by that.
Oh my
Fuck.
god! Oh wait, I thought I dodged it for a
Yeah,
moment.
no, that one sucks.
No, just let
I
you.
got myself OBG.
No, I got. Oh yeah, that's right. You can take it off yourself, but still.
I'm so glad they nerfed this boss.
I'm
This boss was so annoying.
I'm sad that they
not
did.
a House of the Dead. Yes, I'm still better.
I mean, I'm kind of sad that they did, but at the same time, I've wiped so many times on
Oh,
this
yeah,
boss
I have
because
too.
people don't know what they're doing.
But it's a learning experience. That's the point.
you know,
We don't like learning.
I would
here.
rather
Do you know
people.
how
I would
many
rather
people
people
spend
die
this
early. Like I would rather like Sprouts and stuff die early on this than get like all the way to you know, like super late game stuff where that is also not telegraphed and wipe us there instead.
You know, that's fair.
Personally, at least.
I could take these, but I don't. I'm so close to leveling up. It's fine. Actually, I should have taken those for my stupid.
Oh god, if we only have to do one run of Aurum Vale, I'm gonna be so happy.
I think we all would be.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Oh my god, wait, yeah, I'm only gonna need one run at the very least.
Yeah, I'm 49, so...
I'm 49, I am less than 300 experience away from leveling up.
Nice. I'm still, pretty fresh into 49, but I think the getting done with the, I think getting done with the dungeon will give a good enough experience bump that I'll get up there. So that'll be nice.
Oh, somebody in the treasure coffer.
Greedy ass lollipops.
I'm not getting any of it. I'm just hitting pass.
Fucking greedy ass lollipops.
You're a Sneevil from Dragon Fable. You like collecting boxes. You don't give a shit what's inside the boxes. You just want the
Okay,
box.
you don't need to call me out for being autistic, man.
Is Eat the Rich a what's it called? A Plains folk or a Dunes folk?
I'm the one with the cool eyes. I have no pupils.
I don't know which one.
Uh-oh.
I think that's
that
Dunes.
is.
Uh-oh, you're dead.
Greedy ass Lalafels.
Your base, don't worry.
I'm not. I promise. You got hit by that.
Doing fine.
I'm sorry.
That was Speed's fault, you're dead.
Dunes folk, apparently, according to Otaku. Thank you, Otaku, for your ability to use Google while I'm playing the video game.
Ah, yes. A dark knight.
A based
Dark
lizard.
Knight weapon that I don't need.
I will take it. I will need it eventually.
I have it stored in my memory. Based.
That sounds like Otaku. Random trivia fact, go to Otaku.
Same.
I realize I haven't been using Peloton this entire dungeon, but at the same time, it's fine because it's Aurum Vale and you just get into combat every single second.
It's not fine, how dare you!
I don't care.
I do.
I don't care.
I think I'd care if I didn't know you.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, it feels different when it's with people that you, like, know already. Like, it's fine. But when it's someone I don't know, I'm like, bitch!
Ow.
Use your Peloton!
Peloton!
Why aren't you handling the boss?
I think I
Here,
only really
I'll-
give
here,
a
let
lot of
me,
a shit is when...
There we go. That'll help.
I think the only time that I ever actually give a shit is when,
Damn it, it fully resisted my sleep spell. How is that possible?
bitch! What a jerk!
So strong.
It's the most powerful
so
spell in the game, and it resisted it. This must be the this must be a
This
tough
bitch
boss.
a weaver? It's sewing.
Kind of, yeah. Oh god. Oh god, it turned towards someone to do hooked burrs, and I thought it was fucking... I thought it was Vine Probe, and I thought I was gonna die.
God.
Is Vine Probe like what, a tank
The Vine
buster?
Probe is just
I
like,
don't remember.
it's like one of the telegraphed AoEs that the Morbles do, but it's just not telegraphed.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So it's essentially a tank buster.
Ooh,
Ow.
spicy. Okay, fine.
Nico, why do you have
Five!
five
Nico!
stacks?
Bad cat boy, bad!
But I didn't die, did I?
No, although I did stop healing you.
I know. I noticed.
Fuck.
Just talking about Shas 5.
I'm 11,000 experience away from 50. This sucks.
Here's a White Mage cane for you.
Cool. I already have one, apparently.
Well,
Go do one fate. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
oh, does B still need Atma?
Huh? I mean, if OPG has been doing them without me, then I do.
Maybe.
Maybe?
I've done
Cheater?
one. And I did it while I was doing Beast Tribes. So, that was the only reason I did it, is just because it was there.
Got it.
If only Odin showed up, like, right now.
That would be nice.
Have you gotten Odin on Ruja yet?
Uh-huh.
On Loopy, and yes, I have.
On Loopy, yes.
Multiple
on Loopy,
times, actually.
It's almost become a bit in itself.
There's one to the south of us. Do we want to do that?
That one should be
I would
fine.
say let's do level 46 one instead, because that one's higher level and therefore would give more.
Also has more time.
Yes. And it's a boss fate, so it's going to be easier.
Hope no one needs to do their AR relic, because that's one of the fates.
Nope. Who cares? Not me.
I do.
Do you have it right now? Then I don't care.
Well, I got a new updated outfit.
I'm not touching
that's-
that until we have to start, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I understand that. By the way, Bees, in case you're curious, the Atma that I got without you is the Atma of the Crab, which is Western Lenosha.
Okay.
Love a good crab. Time for crab.
Krusty Krab pizza is the best pizza.
For you and Mitza.
Rusty Krab.
Let me kill this fucking ad first.
I'm summoning.
I'm gonna kill these
I'm
ants.
summoning my funny guy.
No, please.
Level 6. Level 6, like you said.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
wait, that's why I was getting
Here
aggroed.
comes
Okay.
the mug.
I'm holying.
Oh,
Here I go.
sweet Lord.
Oh my god, this thing is dying so fast.
Yeah, it's a
Yep.
boss fate.
There's not even a. It's not even part 2. It's just like one.
Cool, that's it.
Well, GG.
Easy money.
Yippee!
Wait, hang on, I gotta get to the... Wait, hit. There we go.
Nice.
Alright, we did it! Everybody get the fuck out of my call!
Oh.
I'm just kidding, I'll just leave my own
Okay.
call. I gotta go do some reading. But hey, thank you guys for joining me for that. That was good. I'm
Anytime,
I'm very
anytime.
happy that we managed to get that done as fast as we did.
You said Western Lenosha,
Western
correct?
Lenosha is correct, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go do
Okay,
that.
have fun. Bye, everybody. I love you all.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What a bunch of nice young folks. Anyway. Let's go put on all our accessories. Might be asking, why aren't you just putting them on with the thing? The, like, automatic thing? And the answer is shut up. God damn it. What? What do you mean there is no way? What? What happened? You're scaring me, you guys. What happened? Oh, okay. No, I trust me, I would have noticed if it was tension. You never know, there's still time. We are going to be questing here for a while, so, you know. Ryo! Heart of the Forest. Ryo Senna is wearing a concerned expression. Excuse me. Forgive me, Ruja. Brother and I have considered every possibility, and attempting every incarnation at our disposal, but I fear the task of completing the enchantment has proven beyond our abilities. I'm here too. No living Pagil, not even our sister, possesses such power. Without the blessings of Atoa Kant, there is nothing we can do. With the ashes returned to their rightful resting place, Atoa Kant's spirit will return. Surely, it's only a matter of time. Look around you, sister. Open your eyes and ears. Time is the one thing we do not have. Arun? The fury of the Great One mounts with each passing moment. It will not be contained much longer. No, the time for waiting is long past. Now is the time for action. But Loopy's garb. The enchanting is not yet complete. The situation is far from ideal, yet we have no choice. We must trust in Loopy's powers and do what we can. Do I hear you right, Arun? Why, it was not so long ago that you objected to Loopy's very presence at the ritual. I may be stubborn, sister, but I am no fool. I have witnessed Rouge's abilities with my own eyes. I mean Loopy's abilities with my own eyes. I don't know who that person is. There can be no doubting that she is a mage of the white, one as worthy as you and I. Arun, if you would place your trust in Loopy so, I see no reason why I should not. Very well, let us hasten for Evershade. Okay. I'm just gonna fucking teleport over there. I don't care. Whatever, sucker. See you later, stupid. Here I go. Hey, although, speaking of that, actually, I believe there is a vista for the Guardian Tree. So let's, let me make sure of that real quick. Yes, there is. Awesome. Let's go check that out, shall we? Let's see. Log, sightseeing. No. Guardian Tree, here we go. When I feel I have lost my way, I look down upon the ancient arbor underneath the shining sun. I look down and I listen. Such were the conjurer's words, and I would see as she saw. The Guardian Tree. Having seen over 1,000 summers, the Guardian Tree is purportedly the oldest arbor in all the Black Shroud, and home to the Great One, an elder elemental who watches and presides over the forest's denizens. The fruit borne by the tree resembles a plum, and is sought after across the three great continents for its curative purposes. We can also check out the Raubon's Push Vista, because I have not didn't really get the chance to do that. We were over there just recently, so hey. Even in the wind and swirling snow, the talons are unmistakable, clutching towards the skies. Don't ask what compelled me to climb to the very tip of one, but I can tell you the sight was something to behold. Such were the sentry's words, and I would see what he saw. In the final days of the 6th Astral Era, the ceruleum fields of northern Thanalan proved to be one of the most hotly contested areas in all Eorzea, with the Empire amassing a giant host outside of Blue Fog to seize control of the local fuel refineries. Though outnumbered 3-1, Raubon and his army succeeded in pushing back the enemy. Good for you, Raubon. What a cool guy that guy is. Alright. Let's go heal the Great One, or whatever the fuck we're doing. You ever just react to what a YouTuber or streamer is saying knowing damn well they can't hear you? Yes, all the time. Except the difference is, I can hear you. I'm always there. Just out of your field of vision. I'm just behind you at all times. Trust me. Uh-oh, it's stinky. The Great One's rage is too strong. I cannot reach him. Stay focused, Arun. If we fall, who will rise to take our place? But sister, the forest itself turns against us. Damn. If we can only reach the Great One, his minions will relent. Cast away your worries and focus your mind on the ritual. No! Loopy! Hi. Ah! My tits are shining. Stand strong, Ruja. Are you going to let some overgrown shrub ruffle your feathers? I don't have feathers. I'm a rabbit. Holy shit. Is that Virgil? It is! And the two of you, don't you have a ritual to perform? Do my eyes deceive me? This is no time for chit-chat. Ryo, Arun, Loopy, focus your energies on the guardian tree. We must quell the Great One's fury, dispatch its minions, and resume the quieting. Look at my stick. Quell the Great One's fury and heal the guardian tree. The Great One is consumed by grief and anger. Our words will not reach him in this state. Fear not, my children, I will protect you. Focus your energies on the quieting. Greenwrath, the anger of the elementals tear at your very sanity, causing damage over time. I actually really like this thing here, because, like, it's something that every healing, like, role quest should be, which is a healing challenge. Because, you know, that's what you do as a healer. You heal stuff. Unfortunately, the Guardian Tree keeps standing in AoEs, and so keeps getting dots and Vuln stacks and stuff. Out of my way, foul creature! I cannot concentrate on the ritual! Very rude. Annoyingly, only the white... the only ones that I can think of that are, like, really actually healing challenges are, like, the White Mage one, or, like, two of the White Mage ones, and maybe some of the Shadowbringers stuff, kind of, but, like, even then, it's just like, it's a... yeah. In World of Warcraft, they have entire raid fights that, like, that focus on you healing stuff, which is really interesting. That's the spirit, my children. I feel the Great One responding. Stand clear unless you fancy a trampling. Nico, how would you like to do a raid where you are the DPS, where the only way that the fight ends is by you healing something to full? And it's the DPS's job to just fight ads and stop them from damaging the thing that you're healing. How does that sound? Sounds like Astro Quest. Yeah, kinda. Would suck for MP. Yeah. I suppose 14's not really designed for it. Healing! Healing! I will say this is less epic than, you know, killing a big monster or whatever. Here I go. We did it. We didn't even actually have to heal it all the way up. We just had to keep it alive, I guess. Now, focus your powers on the Guardian Tree! Is it over? The Great One's anger abates. You have done well, my children. Master Atoa, do you truly live? Live? Not as you would define the word. Mayhap in the heart of Loopy here, whose strength I borrowed to join you. It's a miracle. Aye, it may very well be. Or perhaps the Mother Crystal heard this old soul's wish. I lived a long and fruitful life, but when I drew my last breath in Ogomoro that day, I did so with one profound regret, that I would pass from this realm without finding a worthy inheritor to bequeath my knowledge in full. My spirit left my lifeless body to abide in this soul crystal, with the hope that one day it would find its way into the hands of my successor. For years, my consciousness slumbered in the darkness, until I met Loopy. From the moment you took my crystal in hand, I knew, Pagil or no, I had at long last found one to whom I could truly pass on my knowledge. Yes, Loopy, I knew. Master Atoa! I'm a ghost. I'm going to perform tricks. The power of the crystal grows faint. It would seem my all too brief sojourn here has come to an end. Goodbye. I leaving. Farewell, Loopy of the White. Farewell, my children. I leave my forest home in your capable hands. Master Atoa, he has left us. And yet by his power, and that of his successor, Loopy, the Great One's fury is quelled, and the Twelveswood is safe. Oops, I forgot to read that one. Master Atoa traveled the world. No doubt his heart always remained here. In the forest home he loved, he waited for us. Why, brother, for once you almost sound wise beyond your years. Strange, is it not? Perhaps I have finally learned something from you, dear sister. As I could learn something from you, Arun. Your pride as a Pagil, your deep respect for our past. These are traits to be admired. The same can be said for Master Atoa's liberality. Yes, I believe there is a place for both beliefs among our kind. He called me white. I know, it's fucked up. And during Black History Month, too. The road was a long and winding one, but at long last our work is done. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. Wait, he was a liberal? Well, yeah, I guess. I've restored harmony to the forest. Wouldn't it be really funny if there was, like, no visual difference to anything, and it was just like, yeah, we're just gonna tell you that you did, but you didn't actually. There's still shit going wrong. To meet Master Atoa in the flesh! Well, not flesh, perhaps. I am still shaking from the experience, and from the pure joy of seeing peace return to my forest home at last. I will be forever grateful for you, Ruja. I am honored that we were able to heal the wood together. I will speak not only for myself, my brother has expressed the same sentiments. Were Master Atoa here, I'm sure he would say the same. Though, perhaps he is still here in some form. Behold! The final piece of your garb now pulses with his ancient power. Yes, there can be no doubt that Master Atoa intended this as his parting gift to you. Take it, and wear it with pride, Ruja of the White. Before we part, I would bestow upon you a present of my own. By the ancient powers vested in me as Seed Seer, I bestow upon you the greatest incarnation known to our kind. May you ever heed the will of the elementals, and use it in wisdom and compassion. Whew! I'm not given to formalities. I swear, I do not know how my sister manages. In the short time I have come to know you, Loopy, you have grown into a fine White Mage. I am honored to call you my peer. Use your powers in moderation, and let compassion be your guide, and I have no doubt that you will bring succor and solace wherever your journey takes you. Benediction. Benedickin. Hiya! Okay. First, we're gonna go back over here. I gotta change my clothings. And unfortunately, because our normal attire is designed to be, well, you know, scholar, we don't really have a good way of changing that to look like that. However, I have something different. I'm going to switch to my end screen really quick here so we can see that fun little transition again while I change something. So give me just a sec. Trust me, everything will be fine. Link. There we go. Behold! The other healing glam! I have a second one. I prepared, kind of. Alright. Now that we're done with that, let's get out of here. It's time for, being a goon. Let's go be a goon, shall we? I'll have a couple of, things to read off of my list of sightseeing log things as well there, too, which will be nice. Nothing like a good drink of water. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with a gun. All right. We're here at the Lankers Guild. Which I think... Hang on, wait, hold it. Let me look at my list. There is a sightseeing log thing in here, so let's find that, shall we? I don't remember where it is. Wait, hang on. I'll find it. There it is. In my early days of training, I was told to study the movements of my seniors. Climbing to what I thought was the perfect vantage point, I earned no praise, only thorough scolding from my instructor. Such were the guardsman's words, and I would see as he saw. Founded by the legendary wood whaler Captain Mistale, the Lancers Guild doubles as headquarters for those who keep the peace within Gridania and the greater peace without. It is to these whaling barracks that people come with matters whose resolution requires a polearm's edge, and justice meted out to those who have wronged the forest or forest-born. Every time I hear "see a seesaw," I think of seesaws. I can't imagine why. Eye of the Dragon. Ywain seeks your aid in assisting an old friend. Ah, I dare say you might just be the right woman for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. I'm not sure I agree with that one, Chief. Didn't Ishgard not participate in the Battle of Cartano? That feels like an obligation to their allies. Anyway. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend assistance where we can, sure. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance. And who fits that description, save adventurers? Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task, as all you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon arrival. Let's check in with Ywain, by the way. How fares the guild? The guild fares well, and this is in no small part due to your positive influence, my friend. The guild members who had the chance to cross lances with you went on to improve in leaps and bounds. Even those who but caught glimpse of you in action showed remarkable gains in skill and spirit. You have been an inspiration to them, and so too will they become an inspiration to those who follow. And so the cycle continues. As the master of this guild, I count my blessings that fate has seen fit to guide your steps to us. What is the Lancer's art? You are the last person from whom I expected that question, my friend, but you have asked an earnest question, and so I shall answer in kind. And this is something we have read before, so I'll move on. We can, in fact, check in with most of our... Let's before we head out, let's go and check in with the rest of our other guildmasters here and see if they have anything interesting to say to us. We'll go over to the Conjurer's Guild. Technically, I think there's actually somebody out in North Shroud we can have a chat with as well. So we'll do that while we're on our way out to Ishgard. Hello, Isumi. Of what do the elementals whisper? When the nightmarish pall was lifted from the lost city of Amdapor, the wind carried to me your name, the name of the Twelvewood Savior. Amdapor was not always thus afflicted. Indeed, the city once owed to an age of prosperity to the benevolent art of white magic, but this was before the White War of the Magi. It was told that the enemies of Amdapori amended all caution in their pursuit of victory, and their use of dark magics to summon a king among demons. I imagine this abhorrent entity is the very evil you slew in the depths of the ruins. Though the mages of the Amdapor eventually succeeded in imprisoning this fell creature, its recent resurgence speaks eloquently of the impermanence and unpredictability of arcane energies. Can you tell me of Conjury? I find it passing strange that an adventure of your experience would require to me of such an explanation, but we do oft gain new insight on the familiar while peering through another's eye. Pray, attend me then, Loopy. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah, we know. Let's go talk to the Archers Guild. A random Bionicle fact while we wait, if you insist. Let me pull it up real quick here. There we go. The Matoran Velika from the 2006 series, I think. The Toa Ineka Paraka quest storyline. The brown-colored Matoran was actually a great being, aka a god in disguise for some reason. He was also known for speaking almost entirely in impenetrable metaphor, and I guess that's why it turned out he was a god, because nobody could fucking understand him. Anyway. Greetings, Ruja. I thought you had taken up the ways of the bard. Was I mistaken? If anyone ever invites me to the birthday party and the cake is among us, I will only refer to it as sustenance. I have no explanation why I thought of this right now. Okay, good to know. How fares the guild? Concerned about Silvar and Lay? You needn't be. They still bicker, of course, but it is nothing serious. They see each other with clarity now, and have come to understand that their differences are only skin deep. Would that all my archers could benefit from your positive influence. What's archery? I'm more than willing to answer your question, but I am confused as to why you would ask. Yada yada yada. Hi, Lay. Okay, that's the same, and I'm guessing Silvar's line is also the same. I pray you do not take excessive pride in your achievements. Accomplished though you may be, your archery is far from perfect. Alas, Lay's training demands my undivided attention. You will have to wait your turn, Ruja. I mean, Loopy. Also, I know I already said it, like, on the day of, Bees, but, happy Bee-Earth Day. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Now, I believe we spoke with this guy here for Conjurer quests a while ago. Yeah, we did. Pray, close your eyes and quiet your mind. You have saved Sylphie from her path of self-destruction, and the elementals would tell you of their joy. That's it. It's just one line difference that you get, but, you know, it's something, and I said I would read everything that I could, so that's a difference. I've been meaning to go back and actually check in with some of those NPCs that we've talked with for our job quests, but I just never had the opportunity. Grinding the Atma on the wrong class. You know, I'd make fun of them for that, but I did the exact same thing. So, I mean, you know. Alright, here we are. This fucking place. By the way, what's everybody's favorite flavor of cake? That's a fun question. Me, personally, I like marble cake because I'm indecisive. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Ywain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Ulberic Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The Eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Istinian, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Ah, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logdunrel may have knowledge of a routes off-taked by Ishgardian fugitives. I prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. We must act quickly, for you see, Istinian is... But I have already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the Eye with all haste. When last sighted, Istinian was clad in black armor. How different for him. Now go, and speak not a word of what I have told you to anyone. Okay. Let's see. Strawberry or cheesecake, so strawberry cheesecake, red velvet. Triple chocolate fudge cake, tres leches. French vanilla cake with strawberry preserves and whipped cream frosting. Ooh. I had, molten fudge cake over the week. That was delicious. That was a really good one. Anyway, let's go talk to this fucker over here. Hey, buddy. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives? Now, that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road, we've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many as Elizan is Ishgard, it's no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentel's Spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idristan. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. I know they're not British, they're actually French, but I don't want to do a French accent for them. You understand. Thanks for understanding, P-Up. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I am tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Corthus. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor. No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest you return to Logdernel and see if he has any other theories. I just thought of something very funny. I'm very excited. Anyway, now, like you say, I was curious. Why, it is nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentel's Spire. Which leaves the possibility your man is still here in Ishgard. Runs counter to good sense. Why would the fugitive not want to put a distance of ground between him and his pursuers? But by process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here. At night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. Alright. Let's go check it out. Dragons, kind of. Fuck you. Yeah, that's a campfire. Alright. That Ishgard would resort to sending a coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. Oh! The eye! It rouses for another! I am fucking out of here! Preposterous! Impossible! Our paths shall cross again! You can be sure of it! That wasn't really a very good French accent, was it? It's easy to do a French accent for very specific things, but like I just kind of lose the lose what I'm doing after a bit there, unfortunately. So I apologize. Anyway, that is exactly what Istinian is going to sound like for any other time I'm reading him, by the way. French Russian Schwarzenegger, perfect. A Dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury, that the Eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The Eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest Dragoon. That's the funniest way I've ever heard anybody describe Estinian. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians, and the paragon of all Dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the Eye. But I cannot do this alone. I require your help, you, Loopy, who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the Dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the Eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation. But it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon yet lies in slumber. However, you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the Dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Loopy. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon, and although that power has since become lost to me, it was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. We could call this Estinian Black, and later Estinian Rosé. No, it would be Super Dragoon God Rosé Estinian Black. I have no inkling as to why the Eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear, none can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail, save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the Eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a Dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young Dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. I'm a goon! Upon the surface of this multi-aspected crystals are carved the myriad deeds of Dragoon Tremera's past! I'm a goon! Let me organize my shit. That. Actually, this can go there, that can go there. This goes here, that's fine there, that goes there, this goes over here, this goes here. And now we have access to all of my shit. That goes there. That goes there. This goes here. Wait, that goes there. There. Chaos Thrust, get out of here. That goes there. That. And then, this. That. This. And then that. And then that. And then that. Yeah, that seems good. I think that works. Cool. Hey, man. Lance of Furry. Sir Ulberich would have you undertake a trial. It is pleasing to see how readily the dragon stirs within you. You show great potential, Loopy. A potential that may prove the difference between victory and defeat. Estinian is no ordinary Dragoon. Even when set against the legendary Azures of ages past, the man is considered second to none. Such is his prowess, in fact, that the day he was chosen by the Eye, it was proclaimed that Haldrath the Dragon's Eye had been reborn. I mean not to disparage your skills, Ruja, but to pursue Estinian in your current state would be tantamount to suicide. As promised, I shall train you in the way of the Dragoon, that you might face Estinian as an equal. Before we commence, however, it is only fitting that you are edified regarding our origins. It's time for 25 paragraphs of lore. It all began a millennium past when our forebears resided in the southern plains in humble circumstance. The Fury, impressed by the spirit of our ancestors, decided it was meet that she make them her own. So she did appear before Haldrath's sire, a man of courage and integrity. Sure. And bade him lead her people to the promised land, what would become the great nation of Ishgard. Their journey brought them upon a great wide chasm, whereupon Thoradin and his people set to building a bridge. It was then that a dark shadow descended upon them, the great worm Nidhogg. Heedless of his own safety, Thoradin fearlessly charged at the colossal beast. Alas, he was pushed into the chasm by one of his own, a man seduced by the worm, and fell to his death. Taking up his slain sire's lance, Haldrath hurled himself at Nidhogg, even as tears streamed down his face. The confrontation ended when the young man, his hand guided by Halone, landed a mighty thrust that prized out Nidhogg's eye. With a terrible roar of pain, the great worm took wing and fled, while jubilation reigned below. Ishgard's priceless relic is none other than the eye taken from Nidhogg that day. It is a veritable wellspring of dragon power. Even so removed from its owner, it can exert control over the hearts of men. Haldrath himself felt its malign influence, but his love of justice brooked no corruption, and he prevailed over the power, claiming it for his own. And so it was that the first Azure Dragoon was born. Being derived from our foe, the power of the dragon is a thing to be loathed. But as Haldrath proved to us all, so long as our hearts burn with justice, we need not fear being taken in its thrall. But what is justice precisely? Justice assumes many shapes and forms. We're literally moving on to a lecture about what the concept of justice is now. Alright, come on, man. Justice assumes many shapes and forms, Loopy, but none can say that one is greater than another. So long as you hold fast to your beliefs and stay true to yourself, you leave no room for the power of the dragon to master you. But enough of history. Let us return our attention to the present. A knight by the name of Sir Brucemont will see to the next stage of your training. Seek him out at Witch Drop. Witch Drop? That drop or this drop? Well, what do you do here, sir? I am a knight of the Holy See, sworn for life, as we all are. In addition to my duties in the service to the sea, my fellow knights and I are tasked with protecting Ishgard from the dragons, the worms who have beset our nation throughout its history. In the past, this duty fell not to the Knights of the Sea, but to a specialized brigade known as the Dragoons. In my younger days, I was one of them, verily their leader, bearing the title of Azure Dragoon. Many years ago, I retired from active duty to serve the sea. My former post is now held by my erstwhile student, an accomplished young Dragoon by the name of Estinian. What is a Dragoon? The Dragoons are an elite contingent of Ishgardian knights who serve to protect our nation from the wrath of the fearsome worms that would raze us to the ground. The first and greatest of the Dragoons was none other than Haldrath the Dragon's Eye, hero of the Founding Wars. It was he who drove back the great worm Nidhogg, claiming the powers of the Eye for Ishgard. Dragoons must display complete mastery over their chosen weapon, the Lank, so that they might stand against their immense foe. The leader of the Dragoons is known as the Azure Dragoon, and is chosen by the Eye, a relic guarded within the Holy See, which bestows upon them the chosen power of the dragon. And yet this power is a double-edged sword, for if the Dragoon does not maintain absolute control over his emotions, he shall fall under the thrall of the very worms that he would slay. But so it has always been, no great power comes without a cost. Cool, let's leave. We got work to do. Oops, hang on, I gotta lock my shit again, there we go. Let's go talk to Bruce. And also, let me bring up my good old-fashioned list of shit to read. Camp Dragonhead. There's a Camp Dragonhead Vista. We could read that one. Nope, that's the challenge log. I want the sightseeing log. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Oh, we could read the Observatorium. I don't think we've read that one yet as well. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we haven't. Okay, let's read that one first then. Overheard at tavern. It wasn't what you could call me finest hour. I slipped and fell and snagged me garments on something or other. I was enjoying the sight till I realized how damn ridiculous I look if anyone came upon me. Dusted myself off and went on my way. The Observatorium. 300 years ago, Ishgardian astrologian Adwanel the Younger convinced the Holy See that he could predict the comings and goings of the Dravanian horde by studying the movements of the heavens, and thus secured funding for the construction of the first Dicasterial Observatorium of Ethereal and Astrological Phenomena and its Grand Astroscope. Let's see. Nope. Nope. There it is, Camp Dragonhead. Clearing the parapets after a snowfall is arduous work, but gazing out over the whore-kissed peaks, I'm not gonna make a joke about being kissed by a whore. I don't think that would go over very well, so, you can think of it yourself. A man might forget his aches and pains for a while. So were the knight's words, and I would see as he saw. Its name taken from a rocky outcropping said to be the head of a Dravanian king turned to stone by the almighty hand of Halone, this outpost acts as the Korthus Central Highlands' southernmost line of defense for the Holy See, tasked with fending off Ixali raids from Nataland, skirmishes by heretic factions, and the occasional Yeti scare. Let's see, we've also got the Steel Vigil, which I'm sure we'll get a chance to read later. Not reading that, not reading that, okay. Where's Bruce? Here he is. Hey, man. So the adventurer seeks to become the Dragoon, eh? Ha! Sir Alberic speaks of legends and chosen ones, but I would see you prove yourself in a more practical fashion. With your lance, defend yourself. Okay. Hurl! Hurl! Jump! I did it. Get fucked, stupid. You have some skill, I will give you that. And the glorious soul crystal. Perhaps Sir Alberic was not wrong about you after all. Now return to him. Your training here is complete. The joke is that he's Australian because his name is Bruce. Not everybody in Ishgard is French. Some of them are Australian. Yeah, I don't know either. You don't know about what? Everything. Everything and nothing. I think, therefore I amped. The soul of the dragon grows ever stronger within you, Ruja. Clearly your trial was a rousing success. I need only observe your crystal to know you're as much. Oh, sorry, your name is Loopy, my bad. Yes, though you have only just begun to walk the path of the Dragoon, it is clear you possess the talent to become Estinian's equal. Go forth and make your powers you have obtained your own. When the time is right, we shall proceed with your training. Yay! I can now kill myself! Like this. Check this out. Unfading skies. Sir Alberic would send you on your next trial. You grow ever stronger. I speak of more than just the flesh. Ah, you are slowly but surely realizing your potential as an Azure Dragoon. It is heartening to look upon, though I must confess that my presiding feeling is one of relief. You must understand, the mere thought that the Eye would choose an outsider, one who ill comprehends the threat posed by the dragons, filled me with the gravest of misgivings. Yet you have... but I shall say no more, lest flattery impede your improvement. Now, during your last lesson, I enlightened you regarding the origins of Dragoons. You will recall how Haldrath heroically triumphed over the great worm Nidhogg, and Ishgard came into possession of the Eye. Tell me, Loopy, do you believe that these events are truly transpired? Are you inclined to think them fairy tales? I ask you this because few folk have seen dragons in flesh besides we Ishgardians, and most would soon as dismiss them as products of the imagination. Alas, dragons are no less real than you or I, and with Nidhogg perhaps the most real of all. In the course of history, Ishgard has suffered the creature's wrath on 8 separate occasions. Each time the great worm rouses, the blood of countless Ishgardians is spilled. Let us revisit the past once more, Rusha. The time is 20 summers past, and the place is Dravania. After a century in slumber, Nidhogg awakened once more to resume his reign of terror. Entire villages were razed to the ground, their inhabitants reduced to smoldering ash. Sensing the great worm's unbridled rage, others of his kind began to rouse, and in such numbers as to blot out the sun with their wings. A deep, foreboding darkness swept over Ishgard. Raging infernos painting the belly of the sky an angry red, the agonized screams of innocents fading into deathly silence. In my station as the Azure Dragoon, I was there through it all, bore witness to all the horrors. Hi, Scoosh. But there was no time to offer even a silent prayer. Nidhogg lingered in one place only long enough to lay it to waste, and when he took wing, so too did I pursue him, a man possessed. This game of cat and mouse continued for what seemed an eternity before I found myself face to face with the great worm. The battle unfolded in a tiny settlement on the edge of Korthus, raging on for 3 days and 3 nights, with neither side able to gain a decisive advantage. Remaining on my feet by sheer force of will, I realized that it must end now, else it shouldn't end well. That reminds me of that one time in the Epic of Gilgamesh that Enkidu had sex with a woman for, what was it, like a week? That's pretty impressive. A little bit cooler than this guy fighting Nidhogg for 3 days. You know, because a week is, about 4 days longer than 3 days, so. Marshalling the last ons of my strength, I wagered all on a single thrust. My lance struck home, burying deep in the ruin of my opponent's empty eye socket. Yet before I could withdraw my weapon, the worm lashed out wildly in its agony, dealing a blow that left me sprawled upon the scorched earth, nigh insensate. In that instant, I thought myself surely doomed, but Halone was not finished with me. Having lost the taste for battle, Nidhogg let loose a blood-curdling roar before fleeing to the sky. The battle was over. While I did not perish from my injuries, they rendered my body unfit to bear the power of the dragon. I was Azure Dragoon no more. Lying bedridden, my thoughts wandered to all the innocent lives that had been lost, the people I had failed to protect. That last conflict with the dragons of Dravania left countless orphans in its wake. Istinian is one of them, the sole survival of Ferndale, the final village to suffer Nidhogg's wrath. Is that the only time the village that Istinian comes from is mentioned? I don't think I've ever seen that line before. I can't think of a single other time it even mentions where he comes from. Damn, that's crazy. Play A Realm Reborn, everybody. You get to learn details that don't fucking matter at all. Also, Bees, I know exactly what you're oh my godding about. I'm not gonna bring it up. With none left to care for him, I did the only thing I could. I took Estinian as mine own son, instructing him in the way of the Dragoon when he was of an age to learn. Yet I would not have you think me noble. My actions were born not of compassion, but of guilt. My guilt at having failed him. But alas, I also have failed him as a father. For what manner of man did I bring him up to be? A thief who would endanger the life of every one of his countrymen. Ah, you heard me right. All of Ishgard may suffer for his crime. Though we know little and less of the minds of dragons, it is conceivable that the disturbance surrounding his stolen eye will rouse Nidhogg to awaken once more. That his kin have already stirred from their slumber serves as fair warning of that. Time is not on our side. Fortunately, it would seem you are more than ready to embark on your next trial. Make your way to Witchdrop, where the Knights Houston awaits your arrival. My nation is depending upon you, Loopy. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that Istinian's village is never mentioned before now. Or after. So, that's neat. Alright, into the cave again, or the whatever. I don't know, who cares? Hey, lady! You are the one who would aspire to be Azure Dragoon. Why, you are not even of Ishgard! If you truly possess the power that Sir Alberic sees in you, then prove it to me with your lance. On guard! Okay, here I go. Jump! Got him. Easy money. My inventory is filling up with useless shit. Stop it. That's strength. I have not seen its like since Estinian himself stood before me. Mayhaps Sir Alberic has the right of it after all. Return and show your crystal to him. I have no doubt that he will be pleased. Oh, Baccarat's gonna leave in a minute. That's cool. As for why Bees is oohing and eyeing, don't worry about it. I'm really high up. Look at those balloons over there in the background. And that bird that's flying in one place forever. Beautiful. I'm back! You have passed yet another trial with flying colors, Ruja. The day when you may stand before Estinian as an equal is not far off. And when that day comes, the Eye will choose you over the traitor. I have no doubt of this. But we must be patient still. For now, you must continue your training. When you can do no more on your own, seek me out once more. Hey, Alberic, I can't do any more on my own. Help me out. Get me out of here. Hey. Hey, hey. Double Dragoon. Sir Alberic has been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Impeccable timing, Loopy. A message from Estinian arrived but moments ago, much to my astonishment. He would trades words with us, and bids us meet him at Boulder Downs. As to his true intentions, I cannot say. It may well be a trap, but we must go nonetheless. I trust I can count upon your company. Sure! But in the meantime, let's pull up that Boulder Downs entry, shall we? In the shadow of these unholy rocks, the mightiest giant will look as a dwarf. Yet, from the right vantage point, even one of the humble statues can look upon them all. Such were the knight's words, and I would see as he saw. Before the calamity, Boulder Downs was a vast... Oh, I'm going the wrong fucking direction. Oops. Was a vast, sloped lea littered with moraine deposited by realm-swallowing glaciers long receded. The rain of debris that accompanied the fall of Dalamud, however, has transformed the landscape into a frozen wasteland, pocked with gaping impact craters and a peculiar dark matter formations. Let's also get the Nail Vista while we're here, because we're kind of flying past it. The Nail. As it is described in the Enchiladodon... Actually, just kidding. I suppose the view is impressive, yes, but it's rare that I have a moment to appreciate it. Too much work to be done before the sun goes down. Such were the Droughtsman's words, and I would see what he saw. As it is described in the Enchiridion, to ensure the realm of man did not drift apart from the firmament, Halone struck the nail through both, ever binding the two. And though assailed on all sides by great metal shards fallen from the Lesser Mood's Dalamud's crust, the ancient peak remains standing, a testament to the land's life force. Alright, here we go. Let's go talk to the funny guy. Why did he ask us to meet us on the end of this cliff, by the way? That's kind of weird. Also, how did he get there without either of us noticing him? Oh, greetings, master! It has been far too long. Estinian, end this folly at once. You must know that each second the Eye passes outside of Ishgard's walls brings us closer to a repeat of the tragedy of 20 summers past. Surrender yourself and the Eye, and return with me to Ishgard before it is too late. No. But it is already too late, master.
for you see Nidhogg is already awakened. Nanny? Hear me, master. You have mistaken the cause of the dragon's return. The eye is not to blame. A premonition came to me by virtue of the Dragoon within, warning me that the great worm would soon rouse. Even as he slumbered, Nidhogg seethed with impressible rancor for that wound of 20 years ago. That rancor will send him flying as a speeding arrow to Ishgard, whereupon death and devastation will ensue. But there is a possible solution. Were the eye taken to a remote land, far from the Holy See, then and only then could destruction be averted and the lives of innocent Ishgardians be spared. You mean to make a bait of yourself? Nay, there is more to this than you let on. You seek vengeance for Ferndale. To me, the two are one and the same. You know my past better than any else. It was for no other reason than to avenge my family that I became a dragoon. Dragons long outlive men and do not forget the wrongs done them. What grudge they harbor burns as a fire in their hearts, over time swelling into an unquenchable inferno. You need only look back on history to see that Nidhogg grows stronger with each awakening.
I can't tell if I'm doing Italian or French anymore, but whatever.
When last he darkened our skies, the great worm came within a hair's breadth of laying waste to Ishgard. Not short of death will prevent him from completing his mission where next he wakes. Nidhogg took everything from me. I shall now take everything from him, even if it means my life. The eye works in ways men can ill comprehend, but this much is plain. In choosing two Azure Dragoons in one generation, it means for us to join together in common cause. Adventurer, you have heard my resolution. Now I ask that you lend me your power. Aye, the power of the dragon. In the long and proud history of Ishgard, never before have two Azure Dragoons arisen in the same era to fight as one. This is our best, nay, our only chance to send the great worm to eternal slumber. Behold, my black codpiece. This is dragon mail, forged in the lifeblood of dragons. As blood calls to blood, so too does the armor call to the dragon within, redoubling the wearer's strength thereby. If you would realize your potential as an Azure Dragoon, you must needs clad yourself in the same.
Now we're at Puss in Boots Spanish. It's all French to me.
Clad so, you will inherit the technique passed from Azure Dragoon to Azure Dragoon down through this generation. Then, and only then, will your training be complete. But first, you must win the dragon mail, as I and Sir Alberic did before you, by proving yourself worthy in the ultimate trial of the Azure, a series of battles so harrowing as to send the unworthy to an early demise. Oh, master! Once the adventurer acquires the armor, pray to it as he learns to harness the power of the dragon in full. Justinian, wait! No, I'm leaving. Save your worries. I do not mean to make myself easy prey for dragons. I'm fucking out of here.
And he just slowly walks away, and none of us stop him. Alright. Alberic, why couldn't I have spoken to you right fucking here instead of all the way back here, by the way? Was it really so hard to code it so that he was back there instead of all the way over there for some reason? Like, why? I need to research French accents so I can do that better. Not that Estinian's ever coming back, of course.
Estinian. Forgive me, I was deep in thought. Now then, as to acquiring the armor of which Estinian spoke. At first it was my intention to bequeath mine own armor to you. I am an Azure Dragoon no longer, and its powers are wasted on me. It would be simple enough to hand it over to you and complete your training right here and now. But it is as Estinian said, the dragon armor is no ordinary set of mail. Its strength derives from the dragon blood whence it came, the blood's power resonating within the soul of the wearer. Though I can no longer draw upon mine own armor's power, its bond to me was forged years ago. Were I to bestow it upon you now, I fear it would offer but a
scintilla of the protection it afforded me in those bygone days. Aye, Estinian has the right of it. You must claim your armor as he and I did before you. You must complete the trials of the Azure. The powers of the dragon blood be yours and yours alone. The Ogre's Belly will be where your final test begins. I shall dispatch Sir Brucemont there. Seek him out upon your arrival. Wahoo! It's a me, Super fucking Mario. I forgot where I was going. Wait, I gotta go down to Witch Drop. More like Bitch Drop, am I right? That was rude, I shouldn't say that. That's like a Winx Club level joke. Where the fuck is the entrance? Oh yeah, wait, nope. Can I get in from here? I forget. I thought I could. Oh yeah, wait, no, here we go. The power of cheating! Hey, Bruce. You've grown strong since we last met, adventurer. But you pale in comparison with your Azure forebears. If you prove me wrong, let your lance do the talking. Whee! Jump. How did they prepare these guys, by the way? Hiya. Give me my shit. Once again, adventurer, you prove yourself worthy beyond my expectations. Take this, but know your trial has only just begun. The next challenge lies in the chamber beyond. Sir Hastinine awaits you there. Have some pants. Keep your trousers on. Oh, also, that's right. I gotta rename this gear set because it has a job now. So it's not Lancer, I hardly know her. Now it's something else. Hang on. I gotta figure out where I put my list of names. There we go. I found it. Skybound Siren. I spent a very long time on the internet looking up words that started with S for all my gear sets. You, a foreigner, would down the dragon armor, then prove to us then you will not do it in dishonor. Okay, where's the guy? Oh, this guy. Hey, man. Oh, you're just gonna sit over there for a bit? Alright, I'll sit over here then. We'll just have a pissing contest from 20 miles away. Bitch. Sir Alberic said the Eye had chosen you, and it would appear he speaks true. The armor is yours. Wear it with pride and honor. Your trial is nigh complete, but be forewarned. Many before you have made it this far, only to fall at the final challenge. Do not let overconfidence be your downfall. Now we have the funny gauntlets. Hey, it's me again. So you've made it this far? Very well. Prove yourself worthy of the Azure, or die in the effort. Hiya! I did it. I'm Australian now too. You've demonstrated your powers to me beyond a doubt, aye. There is not an Ishgardian who would gainsay your right to don the armor of dragons. I shall send word ahead to Sir Alberic that you've passed your trials here. It is ye who will present you with the 4th piece of armor and consummate your training. Go now, my fellow Dragoon, and deliver this land from the Great Worm's wrath. I need to go pick up some Vegemite. Is that a good is Vegemite? Is that an Australian thing? I think so. It sounds like an Australian thing. Something about that word just feels Aussie. It is? Okay, good. Whew, thank God. Alright. Hey, Albie. What's up? I heard from Sir Brucemont that you performed most impressively. Yes, I stand more convinced than ever that you will be the one to save our land. Yet be warned, Ruja, one last trial awaits you. You will face this trial in presence not of knights, but of ghosts. Make your way to the Steel Vigil and seek out a gravestone north and west of the structure. Take with you this flute, and when you reach your destination, blow a single strong note. A visitor shall soon arrive. Entertain your guest, and he should leave behind a present. Return it here to me. Okay. Well, we've got a draconian flute. The shrill tone emitted by this bone-carved whistle is believed to summon minions of the Dravanian Horde. Cool. And I believe I can pick up 2 different observation points from this. We've got there should be one for the Steel Vigil, and there should also be one for the Holy See of Ishgard. So we'll just I'll get those cooking. Nope. Let's read the Steel Vigil first if we can. There it is. Overheard in a tavern. Bollocks, I say! You haven't truly seen the vigil until you've seen it from that very spot. You'll be wanting to tread carefully, mind you. One of 4 citadel watchtowers built along the Sea of Clouds, the Steel Vigil warned the Holy See of aerial attacks for centuries before being razed and gutted by the Dravanian Horde and their vile commander, Savara. Now, only the outer wall remains, leaving a bitter reminder of the dragon's destructive power. And also, there it is. The Holy See of Ishgard. Fuck that place. I look upon my homeland and its proud spires soaring in the azure and swear a silent oath. My spear shall not leave my hand until the last dread worm has fallen. Such were the knight's words, and I would see as he saw. For the past 1,000 years, Ishgard has waged a bloody war with the dragons of Dravania. To fend off the enemy horde, a complex web of defenses, magic and corporeal, has been added piecemeal to the city's proper outer walls, transforming her into an impenetrable bastion, while at the same time isolating her and her people from the outside world. There's that really long bridge. There's the fathomless void down there. Any funny guys? I found a funny guy. Grey wine. Oh God. What's that coming up over the horizon? No. It can't be. Oh God. Oh God. Huh. Huh. Oh God. I gotta get out of here. Ah! Oh, also I got a horde skull. Proof you, or someone else, slew Greywine. Or Greyween. Yo, that guy's ween? Totally gray. Hopefully once we finish Double Dragoon, we'll get Double Dragoon Neon. That would be fun. Hey! Your presence before me indicates you've seen to the visitor. Have you aught to show for your deeds? Yep, here you go. The Skull of Greywine, old warrior of the Dravanian Horde. It's said that in ages past he could bring down a castle with a single breath. His strength has dwindled since those days, but a dragon past his prime is a formidable foe nonetheless. In slaying him, you have proven yourself worthy of this. You now possess 4 pieces of the armor that Estinian, myself, and our forebears did wear. While you doubtless wonder about the 5th, I can tell you that it is not only that it is not mine to give. After all, you still have to do the level 50 quest. Fear not, however, your triumphs in the trials and against a dragon of the Horde has given evidence that dragon blood now resonates within yours. Yes, you stand before me as prepared for your ultimate challenge as any could be. And yet, before we proceed, I would hear it from your own lips. The Great Worm's power is the stuff of legends. Have you truly resolved to fight this battle? To risk your own life to deliver a foreign land from the clutches of its ancient foe? When you are certain that your mind is settled, return and speak to me. Well, I ain't doing that shit. I'm leaving. Alright, everybody, that's the end of the stream. I'm just kidding. Fine, we'll fucking do it. Fatal Seduction. Ooh. Sir Alberic would ask that you reaffirm your commitment to do battle with the Great Worm. Sorry, I'm dying. Anyway. So, you would join your strength to Estinians, that Ishgard might be free of the rage of the Great Worm forevermore? Then I will honor my promise. You shall have full use of your powers by the time we all done. Gesundheit, thank you. Before we begin, there is something I must needs confess. Oh god, here we go. You will recall the tale of my battle with Nidhogg 20 years past, and how the power of the dragon left me on account of the injuries I sustained. What I said was an untruth. The power did not abandon me, Rusha. It was I who abandoned it. Being derived from our mortal enemies, the power of the Azure Dragoon is a double-edged sword. Even as it lends us the strength we need to smite dragons, it heightens our communication with the creatures, rendering our minds more susceptible to their seduction than ordinary men. Even as I buried my lance in Nidhogg's flesh, our gazes locked, and I fell in love instantly. And mine eyes met then with a look that would fair impale a man. In that instant, I found myself assailed by a torrent of emotions not mine own. Sorrow, rancor, pity, lust. I don't know. They threatened to drown the man in me and leave behind a dragon. Fearing that I might turn traitor, I chose to purge myself of the power that the eye had bestowed upon me. Thus, regaining lucidity, I was able to rout the grievously wounded Nidhogg. Did this man fuck a dragon? I mean, we've been talking about how he lanced him, so maybe it's metaphor. Alas, well, actually, sorry, how he lanced him. Alas, countless of his brethren yet remained. As if to mock me, they fell upon Ferndale with a vengeance. Bereft of my power, it was all I could do to save but one child. Nary a soul knows of this, nay, not even Estinian, but I can keep him in the dark no longer. At our last meeting, Estinian said that protecting Ishgard and exacting revenge upon Nidhogg are as one to him. That frame of mind, I fear, may well lead to his demise. The desire to protect and the desire to avenge are opposing forces that can ill be reconciled. Worse, the latter only serves to cloud his sense of self. When Estinian and I met, I intend to confess all, though it means the loss of his good opinion. The outcome of our coming battle, and his very life, may well depend upon his readiness to relinquish his powers. Never allow yourself to forget the origin of your strength. Ever does the dragon lurk behind your eyes, biding its time, ready to claim you for its own. Please get away from me, bees. You're scaring me. Aught less than complete conviction, and you will find yourself in its vice-like clutches. So forewarned, let us return to our present endeavor. My promise to Estinian that I would impart upon you the teachings that will mark you as a true Azure Dragoon. If you would know the truth, however, this knowledge is not within my power to bestow. No, you must claim the technique as much as you claim the 4th piece of the armor you bear, by proving yourself in battle with the dragons whose power you would unite with your own. I entrust you with this flute once more. Take it to the southwest of Providence Point and blow a single note. By locking wills with your adversary and prevailing, you will prove yourself worthy to champion the cause which your lance has sworn. The dragon within you shall then awaken. I guess. Wait, did I get the helmet? I did get the helmet. Cool. Too bad I can't fucking wear it! I hate being a Vieira. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is the same description, right? Yep. Ed and Nettie. It's funny that this one isn't named, but the last one we fought was. This one's just a normal dragon. Whatever. Die. Bitch. I did it. That's it. That was the entire quest, everybody. What an adventure that was. I almost hit that spire. Okay. Damn, everybody's waiting around here. Get a life, you guys. Go do something else. I'm just kidding. Thanks for tuning in. It is good to see you safely returned. I take it from your bearing that the engagement went favorably. Yeah, here's your thingy back. You left this place as a woman, Loopy, but you returned as a dragoon. As a dragon. There is no more for me to teach you. From here, your battle is yours and yours alone. Now, you might recall me saying that the fifth and final piece of the dragon armor is not mine to give. However, that is not wholly true. I could guide you in the direction of that which you seek. That said, I yet have reservations. The sheer power of the dragon housed within is such that a great many of your Azure forebearers, myself among them, have proven hopelessly incapable of wielding it. But I do not doubt what I see. I within you has awakened a strength that forever eluded the likes of me. If you are not worthy of wearing that armor, then I know none who are. Remember my warning to you, Loopy, and heed it well. Nidhogg is a lord amongst his kind. Aught less than complete conviction, and you will surely fall under his thrall. Before you can master your foe, you must needs master yourself. Hone your lance arm till it can bear no further honing, and present yourself to me. When the time has come, I will tell you what you need to know. I look forward to our next meeting, my young dragoon. Into the dragon's maw. Sir Alberic wears a solemn expression on his face. Ah, Loopy, an urgent message arrived from Estinian in your absence. He bids you come at once to the Steel Vigil. It seems Nidhogg is on the move, and rather sooner than we anticipated. It appears you have not fully become master of the dragon within you, and yet we are racing against time. I fear we have no choice but to do battle to the best of your current abilities, and without the dragon mail I promised. Now, let us away. Estinian must know the truth of Ferndale, lest he fall for the Great Worm's seduction. Lest Nidhogg give him the sloppiest blowjob he's ever gotten, and Estinian falls to the dark side. I apologize, by the way, for saying that and putting that image in your head. Sorry, everybody. I understand if you can't forgive me. If you can't forgive me for what I've done, please, subscribe. Well, of course somebody's already written the fanfic. That's not important. Alright, time to rev up the French accent again. This is much harder than doing Strong Bad and Homestar's voice. Hi. How you doing? Alberic, I have waited long for this day. You who fancy yourself an Azure Dragoon, the man whose cause you have taken for your own is a coward. He relinquished the power of the dragon of his own volition and watched as Ferndale burned. Do you not think it ironic that I was chosen as Azure Dragoon? I, an orphan who has not of value to protect in Ishgard. I suppose I must give it thanks, for it was the eye that revealed to me the truth, a truth so damning as to undo a lifetime of trust. I loved you as a father, but I can ill forgive you for Ferndale. Coward! Exactly. As I understand it, you've kept even the Archbishop in the dark regarding the missing eye. Do you mean to take your shame to your grave? But I waste my breath. But enough talk! Have at you! Prepare yourself, old man, for I shall lay to waste all the things you hold dear. And once I'm finished with you, I will do what no Azure Dragoon has succeeded in doing. I shall claim Nidhogg's head. Calm yourself, Vestidian! Your rage renders you vulnerable to the dragon's influence. That's Elberic's new voice. Loopy! It is you! In you I thought I had found kindred! Someone beside me whom I could fight the great worm. It is with a heavy heart that I relinquish that dream. Your affection for this coward has rendered you deaf to your own destiny. Very well. That we could one day cross lances was inevitable from the moment of our first meeting. As we shall now find out who is the Eye's true chosen. There can be only one. Emily's saying, I could fix him. I am the Eye's true chosen, and you shall know it when I bury my lance in your chest. Vestidian, stop this madness! You and Loopy were meant to be allies, not enemies! Sounds like Estinian is chosen by the... or something by the... something or other. I don't fucking care. Who cares? Inner dragon. Under control of the dragon's eye. Cool. Ah yes, the power of the eye! But it cannot compare to mine own! You have awakened the dragon, Loopy. Come out of there, you fucker. Now my flame shall consume your whole. Power! I must have more power! Oh, Lord of Dragons! Grant me the strength to raise mine enemies. Vestidian, surrender not to the beast within! Have you forgotten the vows you swore? I could fix him. Well, I could give him a bath and update his shots before releasing him back into his natural habitat for study. With a little, like, tag on his ear, I assume. Or a tramp stamp or something. Feed. Wait, hang on a second. I want to try something. Wait, hold on. Gorsh! Gorsh, Estinian! Hang on, don't worry. I'm working on this. Hold on. I promise. Or the frontward one where it's the other purpose. Careful about that one, bees.
Okay. I don't know if this is working right now. Huh? Okay, I think it's working now. Yeah, that seems to be... Yeah, okay. Hang on. Evil creature, dost thou desire power?
What the fuck was that?
Look to thine anger
Almighty Nidhogg, Lord of Dragoon. The answer to that question, Emily, or the answer to that, or the explanation for that, Emily, is he's an elf. Grant unto me thy blood, that I might be granted the claws and fangs wherewith to rend thine enemies. Fuck you. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, what's the actual story? I don't actually remember. Is that me? Well, that can't be me. Because I'm wearing a helmet. So that can't be me. Loopy! This is impossible! It cannot be! Yeah, it can't be me. I'm wearing the hat. I can't. Everybody knows that Vieira are incapable of wearing helmets. He's dead. He's like literally just gone. Well, gosh, Justinian, I have failed you once again. I am fine, Loopy. Somewhat shaken, but otherwise whole of body. Suffice it to say, I have much to reflect upon, but let us return to the observatorium. Oh yeah, the balcony jump. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about now. That was a fantastic fucking scene, I won't lie. Man, I haven't even thought about that scene, because that's going to be an interesting one, because I'm going to have to watch that cutscene multiple times here. It's such a, like, it's so far away as, like, a thing that I have to worry about right now that I didn't even consider it, but yeah, I'm going to have to watch that one multiple times, aren't I? Yeah, there's a lot of good scenes with him in Endwalker. I mean, Estinian doesn't come back, he's just a one-off character in just this. Trust me. Anyway. And while many people would be torn between liking Aymeric, a character that we have not met yet, and Estinian, Emily has two hands, as she is so fond of saying. Alright. When the being of darkness closed upon us, you appeared to me the spitting image of Haldrath the Dragon's Eye, just as he is depicted in the Holy Scriptures. I thought that mayhap the years had taken their toll on my mind, but behold, the soul of the Dragoon shines as it never did in all the years I bore it. It would seem you have achieved what I thought was impossible. You have awakened the ability that none but the first Azure Dragoon possessed. Truly a momentous achievement. I can still scarce believe that you were able to summon the self-same dragon mail worn by Haldrath. To think that it had been sealed within the soul crystal all this time. I have borne witness to many and more wonders over the years, yet none compare to you, my young Dragoon. Could it be that you were... Nah, fuck it. Ahem, mark not my mutterings. I am certain that it was your indomitable sense of justice that resonated with the spirit of the first Azure Dragoon, prompting him to bestow the armor upon you. Yes, that is doubtless what happened. They just come back, Bentley from Sly Cooper? Yeah, that is what this voice is, isn't it? As the being of darkness faded, so too did Nidhogg's aura subside, and now his kind have ceased their stirring. Whether this was compelled by your awakening, your Fire Emblem awakening, I cannot say. I suspect we will learn the truth of it eventually. Estinian, you fucking idiot! Whatever becomes of him, he will ever be as a son to me. I pray that he is somewhere out there still, and that he has not wholly forgotten the great man that he once was, and also has not realized that I'm not coming back from going out to get cigarettes. When that darkness brushed against me, the self-same torrent of emotion swept over me as I experienced 20 summers past. But there was something else besides. There was a voice, and it lamented the rift that divides dragon and men. You will come to comprehend it when I speak in due time, Ruja. Till then, Loopy, till then, I pray that you will ever use your newfound strength in the name of justice. I did it. Bentley from Sly Cooper is now a Dragoon. I did it. Cool. Alright, Dragoon Age complete. Let's go back to Gridania. Because we've got technically like an hour left of stream. Hang on, sorry, I'm checking up on the Type Moon horror rankings on Tumblr. Just trying to see who's winning right now. Let's see. Okay, cool. Just making sure I'm up to speed. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and well, first of all, let's put on my cool Ironworks armor, and then I'm gonna go the what rankings? Don't worry about it. And then I'm gonna go put on my glam. Trust me, guys, this glam is gonna be super cool and not just boring and stupid. Okay, hang on, check this out. Okay, let me just gotta, okay. I'm gonna take this out. I just gotta, wait, actually, do I need to, hang on, wait, hold on, wait, hold on, wait a minute, wait, hold on, okay, this, that, here, that, this, oh, son of a bitch, that's not, don't worry about that, that's fine, actually, it's cool, that, and this, and then, okay, then I don't need to do that, okay, and then, wait, hang on, wait, I've almost got it, don't worry, guys, wait, don't worry, this is gonna be, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be fine, this, that, this, this, that, okay, good, yep, okay, we're doing it, this, link, change, that, bam, bada bop, boom, pow. Behold! I am not very creative. It's the Dragoon armor. I did it. But I've got a fork. Look out for my fork. Now, here's the thing about this armor. This is the female version of this armor. And unfortunately, there being differences between the male and female Dragoon armor really does kind of suck. But I will say, but here's the one thing I will say. Tummy. Yeah. Anyway. Nobody clip that, please. Let's get out of here. Wait, actually, shit. I gotta go talk to my retainers. Get me back in there. Marcellus, do you have anything? Oh! Okay. Sure. Thanks, man. Savar, do you have anything? Okay, that's not as good. But, I know better than to say that you didn't do a very good job. Well, I'll put that away for a rainy day. Okay, well, shit, man, sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. So, hey, well, you know. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna do the Ixal rank up quest. Because I still gotta do that. Told her to get good, pretty much, yeah. Out to North Shroud. I've had this rank up quest sitting for a while. And I really need to start working my way through these, because we're done with every other beast tribe. But this is the one that I have not yet been able to do. And there's a lot more ranks of this than there are of any other tribe. Hello! A designer job. Sezul appears concerned for the well-being of one of his crew. Squaw! Ruja, a task for you Sezul has! In Sezul's crew, mechanical engineer by the name of Bozul Edwan there is. Left camp to acquire component materials for engine Bozul did. But return he does not. Without vital part for propulsion system, continue with construction we cannot. Scraw! Have Ruja search for missing Bozul and drag him back here, Sezul would. Went somewhere south, engineer did. Yes, somewhere south. Ruja, I know, Loopy? Shit! You're right. My bad. I forgot to... That's my dead name. I shouldn't say that. I'm cis. I'm not allowed to use words like that. Hey man, how you doing? Just slav squatting? Having a good time? Hanging out? Scraw! Bozul's arm! Scraw! Stay back, Come at Chief Totolok's orders you have! You're allowed to say it? To say that I the trans, because it was funny? Cool, thanks. No! Away with you! Be caught by the others! Featherless one will! Oh, hey. Caw! Yet try to flutter free, you do you? Hard to fly on broken wing, yes. Finished our game with you, we have not. Enough fun you have had! Every single Ixal sounds the same, by the way. I'm racist. Don't clip that. Miss your fawning presence, the goddess will! Scraw! Such insolent screeching! Make self target for torment, you do! Enough pointless resistance! Time to rejoin flock and devote yourself to divine Garuda, it is! Oh shit, you're that person who killed Garuda! Scraw! Where'd you come from, No Feathers? This one's Pat, are you? Sheath your glaring, or snap your arm, the chieftain will! Go! Return to sniveling Sezul and give him message, you shall! Cease the skulking about in forest he must, or find himself and crew buried beneath boughs he will! Answer now to goddess all Ixal do. Divine Garuda, terrible and beautiful Garuda. Huge tits. Bird tits. Scraw! Glad they tired of their sport and go back to simping for their VTuber. I am. Based at logging grounds, that chieftain is. Taking actions of Extel 9 as personal insult he has. Ugh, Bozul's arm. Useless it is. Ruined Bozul for his craft they have. Wish to rely on Featherless one, Bozul does not, but take these materials you must. Necessary for crafting high-quality engine component they are. Scraw! Without components, cerulean propulsion engine remains incomplete. Coat parts with rust-resistant agent we must. Artisan you are, yes? Leave this task in your hands, Bozul shall. At place your people called Tree-Speak Stables, and find well-equipped workshop you will. Unlike Bozul, need for sneaking in and using your night you have not, and using at night you have not. Scraw! Burn like fire, Bozul's arm does. Go, Featherless one must do what Bozul cannot. Fuck you. Okay, I also need to put those stupid gloves on. Hang on. Where's my button? There it is. Garuda has big chicken breast, she does! I'm sorry, women. Greetings! The crafting facility here at Treespeak Stables is primarily for the purpose of forging tools for the stable hands, but our doors, assuming we had any, are open to all. Propulsion engine component materials. Materials required to craft components for Desel-Quellon's main cerulean propulsion engine. Ah, so you have some quality materials you wish to process. Our workshop may not be located in the fanciest of establishments, but I will personally vouch for integrity of each and every piece of equipment. Now, having inspected your materials, I believe I have calculated the optimum amount required to craft the component you have in mind. I shall hold on to the excess while you work your synthesizing magic. Thank you for allowing me to continue making jokes about Garuda's tits, Emily. It's very kind of you. Cooking up an engine component. I did it. Your crafting endeavor was a success. Then you must waste no time in returning to your client. And should something unfortunate befall your commission, accidental loss, theft, active primal, you always have the option of retrieving from me the remaining materials and trying again. I mean, I guess, but whatever. Scraw! Also, as you can see in this outfit, Ruja wears slightly different glasses. And no funny hat. Scraw! Worried for Loopy, Sezul was. Sorry I dead-named you before. Trying to become better trans ally, I am. Returned and explained all Bozul did. Snapping of bones, nasty chieftains' threats, VTubers. Prevent Loopy from crafting components as Sezul feared he would. Oh shit, that shit's good. You did a good job. Very good, very good. Oh, Loopy, 2 beakfuls of gratitude, Sezul does. First for finding Bozul, and second for crafting engine component. Being tended for injury, Bozul is. Short-sighted thugs. They can pray all day to VTuber, but grow back flying feathers it will not. Simping will do no good. Yet air in abundance they have, right there, between their own ears. Scraw! This goddess, you speak of worshipping the primal Garuda, yes? I've seen her streams and pop up in my Twitch feed, but I've never had the interest in watching. Worship, yes! No means of mechanical propulsion they have. Have balloons. Slave to whims of wind they are. To control direction of their vessels, make use of enchanted air stones they do, infused with blessings of VTuber. These artifacts are. Stone creates wind, wind moves balloons. Simple concept, but efficient and effective. It is not, and always costly, gifts of goddess are. Scraw! Feathered demon! Promise Ixal much goddess does, and work only to satisfy Garuda's cruel desires, Sezul's people do. Answer their fervent prayers, goddess never will. And even after all that, she still went and played Hogwarts Legacy. Transphobic! And anti-Semitic. Fucked up, honestly. Also, let me take this as an opportunity. You can clip this, by the way. Take me at my word here. I will never play Hogwarts Legacy. I will not buy it. I will not pirate it. I will not even watch gameplay of it. I will never interact with that. Ever. If I wanted to play a fucking Harry Potter game in the year of 2023, I'd download Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4 or 5 through 7 again. I can do anything you can do in fucking Hogwarts Legacy in Lego Harry Potter. And it's not written by a Nazi. Well, I mean, kind of. But regardless, I'm not going to do that. Doing nothing is the easiest shit you can do. Trust me on this. If you're torn between playing that game and not playing the game because you have trans friends or Jewish friends or support them or anything like that, just don't play it. It's so easy. Just don't. It's like saying the N-word, except you don't have to pay $60 every time you say the N-word. At least in my experience. I don't know, some people might have to, but not me. Not that I've said the N-word. This is getting a little awkward. I'm going to end this thing now and just keep going. Excuse me, sorry. Anyway, just wanted to make that clear. That is why Ectel 9 broke ties with VTubers. Rely on own skill and perseverance we shall. Prefer to adopt Federalist One's technology we do. That explains the hostile attitude of the Pogging Grounds chieftain. He sees the Ectel 9 as heretics and betrayers of their own kind. Yes, they think us worst of Ixo they do. Caw, caw, caw! But also intend to lie at feet of Tatarumu's chieftains we do not. Fly we shall, fly beyond the clouds. Yet take much more time now it will. Wait until Bozul's arm is healed we must. Craft technical designs for Desel Qualan no one else can. Sezul, if you need someone to draft airships designs, then I am your Lalafell. Training you say you have, but what of patience, Of dedication? Regret making offer lightly you will. I am as serious as I have ever been. In fact, I have already started drafting improvements to your engine assembly. By incorporating my ideas, I believe you can reduce the weight of the propulsion system by 20% while still retaining its current power output. Toy with our dream you must not! Should Tatarumu's designs be flawed, use skin for covering vessels' wings, Sezul will! I'll fucking kill you! I'll shank your nan outside of a Tesco's! Tatarumu's draws designs! And Loopy crafts components. Very odd indeed, Sezul's crew has become. Get back to work! Scraw! So be it. Now official members of Ectel 9 you are. Continue reaching for sky we shall. Pog. We did it. I'm dabbing. If I had a dab emote, I would use it here. But now just imagine me dabbing. And if you have dab emotes of your own, please post them. Thanks to your diligent efforts, construction of the Desel Qualan's tail assembly has begun. Continue assisting the Ectel 9 to see the airship hybrid reach completion. To completion? Yeah. To completion. Okay. Let's see. What else can we do today? How much reputation do we need? We need 360? That's gonna be a couple of days still, I think. Let's see. Let's go to Thanalan. Actually, hang on. We can fly to the Gold Saucer to save money. Oh, god damn it. I put the wrong stuff on. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I know. Bees, it's a rough situation. It's because like obviously you've now heard my position on the subject, and like I don't think I have the energy to go like hunting after people I know who do, like, who would play it, and like I don't know. Because I don't have as personal of a connection to like the hatred for that game. Like my connection is at the very most secondary, you know. But like, I understand that it's really fucking easy to show my support, and it's just not playing it, you know. And if it's that easy, then like, Pog, I won the thingy. Everybody should be able to do it. And like on another level from that, like, it's not like this is an indie game, you know? It's not like this is a game that's like, oh, you know, it's just like a $5, $20 game or whatever, you know, just a drop in the bucket. This is a fucking $60 full price ass game. You are literally saving yourself $60 by not being a bigot. Or not supporting bigots. It just seems so silly. And I can't comprehend, and I can't claim to understand every person's mind, or, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't know the reasons why people have, you know, all these things, but yeah, I don't know. Just don't play it. It's just that easy. Plus, even programmers who worked on it on the game come forward saying they only made the game because they had to do their job and got paid, so don't play. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And even to that point, Emily, even if you want to use Death of the Author there, like, that entire world is filled with shit like that. Even if and like, let's be honest, none of us like, I will say that as a person who did enjoy Harry Potter as a kid growing up, I had no fucking idea that so much of that shit was as offensive as it was. And I still don't understand the levels of offensiveness that it has in that world. I just know that it is offensive, you know? So, like, the fact that offensiveness is just so steeped in the lore of the world is bad. It's really bad, and it's undefendable too. You can't apply Death of the Author to it, because it's like, even if you say, like, oh, we're disconnecting this from the author's goals or whatever, it's like, this is still just literally a racist caricature. You know, bottom line. So, it sucks. Also, it's occurred to me recently that I still can't actually meld material by myself. So I should learn how to do that. Fahogwagaz wishes to teach you how to meld materia, waking the spirit. Why, hello there. I see... why, hello there. I see you're a disciple of the hand like me. Mayhap you're interested in learning how to meld materia to gear? If so, it'd be my pleasure to teach you. Now talk to me again, fucker. Ready to begin? Good. Now here's one thing to keep in mind when melding. Materia slots. Arms and armor have a certain number of these slots, and this determines how many pieces of materia they can host. Normally, an item cannot host more pieces of materia than it has slots. However, as with most other things in life, there are certain exceptions. But this sort of knowledge is for later down the road. After you become more experienced, you may wish to broach the subject matter with Master Mutamix. Now, if you go, and happy melding. Yeah. Let's talk to funny guy. Psh. Uplander is joiner of materia. Uplander desires to join muchly, yes? Then Mutamix makes brain... I shouldn't make him sound like a monkey, that's bad. Then Mutamix breaks brain case of Uplander rattle with secret knowings of materia. Can you guys hear that at all, by the way, or is it just super muffled? Because I want it to be muffled, but I want to make sure you can at least hear me talk. You can hear? Okay, good, that's all I care. I don't care if you can understand my words, you can read. Right? Right? But first, Uplander must be proving readiness. Uplander surely do attaching 8 pieces of materia, then Uplander and Mutamix trade tongue claps again. Oh shit, I can't do this one actually. We'll just turn that one off. Anyway, bye buddy, I'll see you later. Next time I have to meld material, I'll come do that, I guess. I don't know. What else? What else? I guess I can go show you our updated FC house. There have been some changes made. I'm still not going to show you my room yet. A girl's room is a girl's power is her secrets. Right? I think somebody said that one time, right? I think that's Sure. Yeah. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of candy. It's almost impossible to get to the front walk because there's just a ton of shit in the way, which is perfect. Here it is. The round table. This is my seat. It's the pink one. Yeah, I have a bit of Atma still to do, and I'd honestly just prefer to do that off stream. And if nothing else, I would also prefer to just, you know, I think I probably will actually end stream here because, like, my voice hurts. I'm one thing I'd like to start doing more of is doing more actual voices for the characters, because it hurts my voice for sure, but like it definitely is more fun that way, you know. But hey, once again, thank you all very much for joining me. I am not 100% sure when I will be going live next, but you can bet that it will happen eventually.